All right, we back at it like a crack addict, people. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you all see me? Oh, there go Pochita. Pochita, down with Pochita. No. Pochita, your memory will live on, my friend. Say hello to the people. This is Pochita, everyone. My girlfriend actually got this for me for Valentine's Day. It's pretty sick. But what's going on, people? Can you all see me? Can you all hear me? Test, mic check, audio check. How we doing, people? What's up, what's happening? How are the audio levels, ladies and gentle germs? Okay, we got John the Don saying the audio does indeed match the visual. And then the homie J-Fam says, now we hear your lovely voice. Oh, shit. Y'all about to make me act up, and it's only 7:30 in the evening. Oh, shit, man. Oh, shit. But what's going on, people? What's happening? Of course, as always, we got to start up right at the top. Who we got in here? Oh, we got the homie NeoGameSpark with the first comment. My man says, Flame eats peanut butter and barbecue sandwiches for lunch. Shit, man. Just another L in the cap that is Florida, man. Look at that. I don't know, Flame. There's some things with you I can rock, like Little Caesars, but then now you talk about peanut butter and barbecue sandwiches? That's a little much for me, my friend. That's a little much. Okay, who else we got in here tonight? We got B-Rex Media. Blah. Yeah, of course, man. I mean, listen, peanut butter and jelly, maybe peanut butter and fluffernut or whatever that thing is, but peanut butter and barbecue is something different. I don't know. It definitely must be a Florida thing. You know what it is? It could be a Warframe player thing, because, you know, Flame is the only person I know who plays Warframe, so maybe that's just the snack that they be eating, man. They just be eating peanut butter and barbecue sandwiches. Who am I to judge, apparently? Let's see, we got Flame who says, where are the cameras, Neo? There's a camera right here. What are you talking about, my guy? There's a camera right here. There's a camera on my phone. There may or may not be a camera hidden inside Pochita. Hey, man. These Joker. This could be a camera. Who knows? Who else we got? Oh, snap. We got Mr. Platink in the chat. Sorry I've been so spacey lately, Neo. I joined a few apps and things have been progressing. The less you know, the better, but have a great stream tonight. Oh, shit. Has Mr. Platink put himself out there in the dating world? Oh, my God. Could there be a potential Mr. Platink for Mr. Platink? I don't know, but Mr. Platink, I hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope to see you on the playback later. Who else we got here tonight? We got Pierre the Gamer, who's been subscribed to the channel as a member of the Spirit Detective tier. I appreciate you, as always, my brother. Spirit gun, yes, sir. Yeah, anyone who's in that Spirit Detective tier gets to do that Spirit gun. Oh, HR Bomber says hidden cameras. Oh, wouldn't you know all about that, my friend? Wouldn't you know all about them hidden cameras? I don't exactly know what that means, but fuck it, it sounded pretty good in my head. Who else is in here? Oh, we got Dylan Collins, 7:30. Yeah, man. I'm trying some different things, you know, because we did the last Ask Neo. We had that at 7:30 p.m. and there was a really big turnout for that one. So I'm kind of experimenting whether we keep it at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or maybe push it back an hour to 7:30, because I know, you know, different time zones and everything. You know, some people are on the West Coast. They're just like getting out of work or getting out of school during that time, so they kind of miss it. So we're just experimenting with different things, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to let me know down below in the comment section, especially for the other stream that we got going on this Thursday. But more on that later. We got DIMWITMONKEY in the chat. Oh shit, just got home too. Still got my office clothes on. Time for some NeoGameSpark, boys. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, my brother. Yeah, speaking of getting lit. Ooh, man, we might get lit in this stream tonight. I feel pretty good about myself, y'all. I had a very productive day. Very productive day. I just finished vacuuming my room. And it's, you know what it is, y'all? It's like the older you get, this is going to sound really weird out of context, but people who grow up will understand what I'm talking about. Remember how as a kid, we used to hate cleaning? You know, our mom or dad would tell us like, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that, whatever. I used to always hate vacuuming the house. I used to hate doing that because I had to rearrange all the furniture, vacuum everything there, mop the floors, do all I got to do, and then put shit back. I hated it. But, you know, as I grow up as an adult, that's just kind of lit, man. It's kind of therapeutic. I even go from when you just vacuum and then you go over that one spot that's got a lot of dust and some other knick-knack paddywhacks, give a dog a bone, and you're just like, you hear that shit? That shit's sounding good, man. I don't know what it is, man. I'm into some weird shit, I guess. But y'all know what I'm talking about. We got Gene Joseph in the chat. We going live, boys. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Back at it like a crack addict. Oh shit, we got David Biglod in the chat. What's up, my brother? Who else is in here? Of course, we have Flame and JFam388. Y'all know who it is. We got Red Sage. What's up? We got Feared Camille. What up? What up? And we got Kermit the Frog in the chat. How you doing, Kermit? John the Don, you're ready for another great Tuesday night featuring the host with the most. This man said I'm the host with the most? Oh, shit, John, my guy. Thank you for the compliment, man. I appreciate it. We got Bryce Hag in the chat. What's up, my brother? Y'all better be hitting that like button for our favorite wholesome Christian YouTuber. Oh, yeah, yes, that is a fact. I am definitely a wholesome Christian boy. Don't believe any of the other rumors you hear on the internet. Listen. Everything you hear on the internet is a fucking lie. And nothing on the internet is real except people going back and forth with the Activision Blizzard deal. Like that seems like there's no end in sight for that. But there might be in the near future. We'll see. We got NKDN. What's up, my brother? We got Julian Phoenix. Oh, we got Slixro in the chat. Evening Neo finally making a stream. Yes, sir, my guy. It is good to see you. It's been a while. We got Hibachi in the chat. Wagwan. Hey, Wagwan, brother. How you doing? We got Dominique Richardson. We got Epsidon. What up, gentlemen? We got Kids Stupefy. What's up, Stupefy? How you doing? Of course, you know, HR Bombers in the chat joining us. Let's see. Who else is in here? I'm just trying to do the shout outs real quick. Hey, we got my little sister Bella in the chat. What's up, Bella? How you doing? We got Chris Forth. What up, my brother? We got the Sensu Bean plug. We got Pooh Bear. Damn, everybody's showing up tonight. We got Godzilla Tommy. You know what I'm here for. Oh boy, I don't even want to know what this man is here for. But I do know what this man is here for. Probably the same thing that Flame is here for too. Black Terror Heroin, I don't know. We got Gilbert in the chat. First time catching you live in a minute. Hey, I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for the support. We got King Taichi. Yo, Neo, what's your favorite cereal, bro? Oh, yes, we are finally at 7:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Finally getting into the hard-hitting journalistic questions. And this is a question for everybody. What is your favorite cereal? For me, my go-to cereal, doesn't matter where I'm at, I can always find a box of it. It's going to be Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I've loved Cinnamon Toast Crunch ever since my mom started buying it for me when I was 12 years old. Because my mom growing up, she was like, if it's not at Costco, I'm not buying it. Like, so all the cool cereals that people used to enjoy as a kid, like Fruity Loops and Jacks of the Apple and, you know, all that cool stuff. My mom was like, no. Number one, there's too much sugar in it. And number two, it's not at Costco, so I can't get it in bulk. But when they finally started delivering on the deliverables at Costco and we got Cinnamon Toast Crunch, it was like love at first sight, my friend. Love at first sight. I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. A very close second is going to be Reese's Puffs. Love Reese's Puffs. And then from there, it's kind of a toss-up, you know, depending on what my mood is. I mean, I ain't going front. I do likes me a bowl of Honey Bunches of Oats. And every now and then, if there's like a new specialty cereal that's got like a twist on things, I'll try it out. But Honey Bunches of Oats was like the safer alternative my mom would buy. But if she was going all out at Costco, she got Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So it's got to be Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Yes, sir. This man says Reese's Puff is bottom tier. Man, we definitely know you a bottom. But anyways, I digress. Who even said that? Oh, it was... Man, it's Don Otaku. I don't apologize for my comment at all. Not at all, man. But hey, listen, if that's your kink, that's your kink. All right, let me just go ahead and do these shout outs real quick before we get sidetracked. And I see all the super chats. Thank you guys so much. I will get to them in just 2 seconds. So that was King Taishi. We got Matt Ross in the chat. Put the mask on again. I'll put my mask on here. What mask? I don't have any mask here. I have the Joker mask, but I save that for special occasions. I can't be giving y'all all my secrets, my secret identity, you know. Who else? We got Rick Payne in the chat. What's up, my brother? Let's see. We got, of course, PS Rewind is here. We got Ace Breaker. I'm also experimenting. This man is experimenting with having 15 kids in a row. That's how crazy this man Ace Breaker is. You've heard of Combo Breaker? This guy's the Condom Breaker. But anyways, I digress. We got Mario 187. Our perspectives change and taste as well. That is true. We got Julian Phoenix in the chat. We got Sterling K Art. We got Artsy Avanti. We got the Artistic Brothers checking in. That's what's up. We got Sega Kid. Unfortunately, Don Otaku is here. No, I'm kidding, Don Otaku. I love you like... Man, I love you like bad credit. We got Mexican Zoidburg. Yo, we outside. Yo, we definitely outside Zoidburg. Last week, we was outside 6 days out of the week. But this week, we definitely inside. We gonna be outside tomorrow. But this week, we inside, my friend. We inside. We got Retro Loud in the chat. What's up? Who else is in here? This man said heroin. Let's go. Oh, Jesus. That's how it get down. Now that weed is legalized, we got to find the next best thing. Let's see. Yeah, I said Julian Phoenix is here. All right, we're almost done here. Oh, who could forget the homie Daniel Pack, the Penguin Enforcer? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know me. I don't like to bug y'all about hitting the like button. I might mention it like maybe 3-4 times in the span of 2.5 hours. But if Daniel Pack is here, y'all best believe you better be hitting the like button, because if you don't hit that like button, this penguin will find you. And y'all might notice that there's some people who have not been back to the streams in a while. You gotta thank the penguin for that. But Daniel Pack, as always, it is good to see you, my brother. We got Bridge Moon Productions. We got Long Live Kevin Samuels. What's going on, gentlemen? We got The Arsonist. What's good, Neo? Glad I made the stream. It is always good to see you, my brother. We got the Random Black Guy. Yo, that's what's up. It's always good to see black men in the chat, especially if they're random. Who else is in here? I want to make sure I got everybody. So I can do this intro and we can get back to business. Nobody else. Except Corey Gryffindor. Where the fuck is shut up? She can fart on my face. Gave at. That's a mouthful. But look how he typed that. He's not joking. I'm gonna beat him up. Yeah, Corey Gryffindor is scarred for life right now, and I'll explain it to y'all afterwards. But yeah, that man is just done. Bridge Moon Productions, and yeah, I think I shouted out everybody until, you know, someone else comes in the chat saying, I'm here, bitch. Like, you didn't call my name. Oh, shit, I'm sorry, you guys. But anyways, let's get the intro over and done with. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of all ages, races, and ethnicities alike. Welcome to Ask Neo. Ask Neo is my weekly Q&A series where you guys ask me questions and I answer them to the best of my ability. Now, for those of y'all who are joining us for the very first time, hello, welcome to Ask Neo. If you're wondering if there's a real flow or structure, do we hit on topics? Are there going to be timestamps in here? Oh, man. Is Selma Hayek still attractive? Yes, but the answer to that question is no, ladies and gentlemen. This is just a chill stream for us. Every now and then there are some topics that we are going to hit on, especially if they're like really important journalistic items, such as the... Did you listen, ladies and gentlemen, listen. All right, I gotta take some water for this. Did you know that Microsoft is interested in acquiring Activision Blizzard King? I don't know if your favorite commentators are talking about this, but they're interested in buying the Call of Duty peoples, who also make Blizzard freezing games and some stuff like that, and they're interested in buying them. Like, that's what we talk about on this show. We break the news before everybody else. Almost done. We're almost done. This deal is almost closed. But yeah, you know, it's just basically a chill session for us. As you can see, I get very goofy with the antics, with the theatrics, all that fun stuff. So it's very much so a show where you guys can kick back, put this on in the background while you're cooking your dinner, while you're driving home from work, while you're headed to work. You might be at work right now, or you might be hanging out with your loved ones, and this is apparently more important than hanging out with them, which I appreciate that. I really do. Or you could be having sex, like Don Otaku over here. He apparently plays this as background ambiance, which, you know, I can add that to my resume. I apparently have a baby making stream type of vibe. But yeah, you guys, other than that, it's a very chill show. So ask your questions. If I haven't answered them within like 15 minutes or so, feel free to ask them again. But if you do want to have your questions asked with priority, super chats, they're a great way to have the questions answered, have them pop up on screen, in addition to supporting the channel. As you can see, we already have a couple here, which I'm going to get you. So thank you guys so much for waiting. And in addition to that, down below in the video description are going to be the links of interest. So those are going to be all my social media outlets, from our Facebook page to our Twitter page, Instagram, Discord community, the Phantom Weirdos, all of that good stuff. Give your boy a follow. In addition to that, hitting the like button helps out the channel tremendously. And like I said, if you hit the like button once a week on a stream, it keeps the Penguin Man away. Who is the Penguin Man? Listen, the less said about him, the better. If you don't know by now, then you won't find out. But anyways, you guys, let me just go ahead and start right back up at the top with the super chats. So starting at the top, we've got the homie Joe, aka Flame, who's been a member for the past 16 months of the Phantom Weirdo tier. So thank you so much for the support. Again, YouTube memberships are another great way to support the channel as well. So this is what Flame has to say. You got a chip on your shoulder. Well, actually, that looks like the pet of a crack addict. Anyways, Neo, did you watch Oshinoko, or do I got a bully? So no, Flame, I did not get a chance to watch it yet. I was going to watch it today, but I decided to read a book instead. So no, I did not watch that episode yet. I'm disappointing you and Godzilla Tommy, but rest assured, within this lifetime, I will definitely watch that, especially if that episode is as fire as you're saying it is. So for all of my anime heads in the room, there's this show I need to be watching called Oshinoko, and it's got like a crazy debut episode. I know literally nothing about the episode, but according to the peoples, this is a show to watch. So I'm looking forward to that. Scrolling down the list, we've got a $2 super chat coming in from Julian Phoenix. Talk about that garbage Mandalorian season 3 finale. Ooh, boy, yeah. So, yeah, that's definitely going to be something I want to speak about here. So, Julian Phoenix, I'm going to put a pin in this for 1 second, and I'm just going to tackle the other super chats because that's a whole topic in and of itself, my friend. But rest assured, man, to go and get that roast. We have a $2 super chat from HR Bomber, ready for that final season of The Witcher. Oh, yeah, yeah. So real quick, if you guys didn't know, Netflix just put out the debut poster and trailer for the final season of The Witcher. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Witcher is ending after 3 seasons. Henry Cavill, you know, he gave it his all. Netflix, him and Netflix were just butting heads. So they've mutually decided to part ways, thereby ending The Witcher show. Apparently they're doing something afterwards, which I don't believe is real, but Henry Cavill is leaving at the end of this season. And listen, it's a tough time for the good looking nerds who just want to pay homage to the source material. Tough time for those folks. But yeah, man. Oh, brother, Netflix. $2 super chat from Don Otaku. Just like bad credit, you're stuck with me. Hey, listen, that's what the credit repair specialists are for, my friend. So not for long. We got a $5 super chat from Hibachi. I need advice. This pregnant chick, oh, here we go. This pregnant chick at my job flirts with me heavily. Should I try something after she's had the kid or just keep flirting? I already know what Ace Breaker's answer is going to be. So I'm going to channel my inner Ace Breaker for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, the views and opinions expressed during the Ask Neo stream do not reflect the community at large. And everything here is just fun. Hey, listen, man. She can't get pregnant twice. That's all I can say. No, but in all seriousness, man. Damn, she got pregnant and the man ain't in the picture? Oh, that's not a good look, bro. That's why I always tell people, like, you gotta be careful about who you nutting, man. Like, if you nutting somebody, you get someone pregnant and you ain't in the picture, like, what is going on, bro? That's fucking crazy. Honestly, Hibachi, it's all on you, bro. You can have your fun if you want to, but realistically, I would steer clear of that because that's a lot of responsibilities right there, especially if you end up falling in love with this chick. You know what I'm saying? What did I just walk into? You don't want to know, Jahid. This is what happens when we start asking you a whole hour after the fact. Shit gets raunchy. $2 from RT Avanti. How you feel about Persona 5X? Is that the mobile game? If that's the mobile game, then I feel nothing, my friend, because you don't know how I feel about mobile titles. Listen, far be it from me to rain on people's parades, but when I'm on my phone, I like to do shit that's not playing video games. I keep video games for... Oh, shout out to Pokemon Trainer Jay who followed me on Instagram. I appreciate you. Black brother wearing the Naruto... Oh, he's wearing a Nike Naruto headband. I respect that shit. I respect that. Appreciate the follow, my friend. Speaking of Naruto headbands, y'all already know we be repping the Relief Village. Not for long, though. Not for long. I've had this shit for almost 20 years, and I think it's about time I just stick a knife right through it, man. Make my own defect headband. But yeah, as far as like mobile games are concerned, I'm good, Chief. I am good. $2 from Long Live Kevin Samuels. What are your thoughts on Kraven the Hunter being rated R? That's another thing we are definitely going to talk about, my friend. So I appreciate the super chats, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that's Eugene. Hey, I appreciate you, my G. Yeah, if you guys follow me on Instagram or whatever, you guys always know you get a shout out on the stream if you care about those things. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for the super chats. We are going to tackle one of our first topics for tonight, which is going to be the conclusion of Mandalorian Season 3. Also, this is going to be a really good time for me to pimp out that starting this Thursday, at the request of so many of you lovely individuals, we're going to be having a second stream. I'm aiming to do 2 streams per week going forward. I know that's fucking crazy. Like Neo can't even handle doing 1 stream a week, but we're thinking about doing 2 streams a week. Now, for those of you guys who come to Ask Neo, the second stream of the week might feel kind of redundant considering Ask Neo, we talk about a lot of different shit, but I do want to have some type of a weekly stream where we officially tackle topics, because I do like talking about stuff that happens in the video game industry, in the movie industry, stuff like that. And a lot of people love Ask Neos, but they prefer it to be a lot more structured. Ask Neo is not a show where I want it to be structured. It's just a hangout session. But for those people who do want to have actual topics, I decided, hey, fuck it, let's just do an actual stream. Originally, I was going to do it as like a pre-recorded podcast and upload that stuff, but then my attention span died after 45 minutes of recording and then editing and all that stuff. So I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it, we will do it live. It's going to be very different than Ask Neo, so it's not like we're going to be chill like this. There's not going to be comments on the screen. We're not going to be talking about, just the usual BS we talk about. It's going to be very professional as I can be. But it's going to be structured. We're going to have the articles on screen. We're going to discuss it. We're going to speak our piece about it. And then after that, we're going to clip that and we're going to have it as its own individual video. If people want to watch it on the playback, or if they ever want to watch it live, they could do that too. So that's something that I'm going to be experimenting with starting this Thursday. Now, things are tentative as far as like the timing of things. I might make it a morning show depending on things, or if my schedule or works change, it might just end up being an evening show permanently. But that is something that I do want to do starting on Thursday, just roundabout way of just covering all the news things and then clipping all the stuff for people to watch it after the fact. Because some people, they enjoy watching full on streams, but they're like specific topics that they want to hear about. So yeah, we're going to be starting that this Thursday. I'm aiming for around a 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the show. I want the show to go on for like bare minimum an hour. Again, it's not going to be like a chill stream like this. So if there aren't really a lot of topics that we're going to discuss, it's just going to be us hitting on the news items. And then of course, if I've been playing some stuff or I've been watching movies, I'm going to do live reviews and reactions to some things. So like the show is definitely in its infancy. I don't even have a fucking title for it. So hopefully by the end of the stream, we can all like use our collective brain cells, all 14 of our brain cells, and we can come up with a title for Thursday night's show. But yeah, that's going to be like the more professional version of what we have happening here on Ask Neo, just for all the other people who want to talk about topics and they want to hear what I have to say about topics, but they don't want to scrub through a 3-hour stream. So yeah, I'm gonna commit myself to that. We'll see how far it goes, because depending on some weeks, if there ain't shit to talk about, we ain't really gonna have a stream. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll only have the stream if there's shit happening, right? But the way it's looking for like the realm of movies and video games going forward, there's a lot of stuff going on. But all of that stuff, I say, so we can have an informal discussion about The Mandalorian Season 3. Julian Phoenix, if you're still there, please comment. I'm so sorry it took us so long to get to your super chat, but yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about the finale of Mando Season 3. Now, for those who have not seen Mando Season 3, I would take this as an opportunity to maybe bow out from the stream for the next, I want to say, 5 to 10 minutes, because there is no real way that I can discuss Mandalorian Season 3's finale without getting into some spoilers. So, if you are someone who is waiting to binge Mando now that it's all over and done with, you might want to check out from the stream. If you're someone who doesn't care about Star Wars like that, hey, crack open a beer, let's have some fun. So to say that I have been extremely disappointed with this season of The Mandalorian is kind of an understatement. Mandalorian, for all of its faults, all of its moments where it dips into crazy nostalgia and member berries, I've really enjoyed the show. I think that the idea of Star Wars done in a television format is always something interesting that we've only ever seen accomplished with like Clone Wars. But those are more like episodic things. They didn't really have crazy overarching stories that went from season to season to season to season. Every time we did get something cool like that, it would end up getting canceled in favor of something that's just a little bit more kid friendly. So the fact that we got live action Star Wars as a TV show and it actually had some shit going for it, I was like, okay, this is great. So I love season 1. I love season 2. And what we saw with season 2 was them expanding the world of this Mandoverse, if you will. So yeah, obviously it's all still Star Wars stuff, but the Mandalorian stuff, this pocket of time post Return of the Jedi, pre The Force Awakens, I think it's safe to say that we can call it like the Mandalorian verse or whatever. We started seeing them do a lot more spin-off shows. Of course, you have the Book of Boba Fett, which came out last year. You have the Ahsoka series that's coming out this year. And, you have Mando Season 3. There was something that I noticed when I was watching Book of Boba Fett that kind of scared me off from the future of this style of storytelling. Because the Book of Boba Fett, in my honest opinion, was the textbook definition of, we have maybe 1 or 2 episodes of plot relevant stuff that's happening, and we don't know what to fucking do with them. So we're going to craft ourselves a show that is sort of about Boba Fett, but at the same time, we don't have competent enough writers to write something even remotely interesting about Boba Fett and his crew. So we're just going to have them go off and do these wild hijinks. And then, oh, people love Din Djarin, they love Mando, and they love Baby Yoda, they love Grogu. So we're going to put them in there for 2 episodes that really have nothing to do with the book of Boba Fett, but we're going to tie it in all at the end, and we're going to have this big explosive fight at the bodega. Like that's basically what it was. And I came away not being so... I came away from the Book of Boba Fett feeling as if I had wasted the entirety of my time watching this show. It had 1 or 2 good episodes that, out of context, are great, but in the context of the show, it made no sense, right? It was just in service of something else. And after that moment, I was just kind of like, all right, you know, I still have faith in Filoni and Jon Favreau, what they got going on, but this was not a good look, bro. You just wasted 6 weeks of my life with this show. And Mandalorian Season 3, started watching the trailers, and I'm just like, nothing about this is hooking me, bro. But again, at the same time, as I grow older, I'm becoming that person that really doesn't put too much stock in trailers because, you know, trailers can be very misleading. And, you know, like I like to go into things as blind as possible. Like Final Fantasy 16, for example, I've only ever seen like 2 trailers for that game. So then I watched the first episode of Mandalorian, Season 3. And an entire episode goes by and I'm just like, are we back in this world? Or are we back in this world, bro? Because this it felt like a primer episode. It felt like something you would release right before a season. Like, oh, Grogu and Mando, they catch up with blah, 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 and it gets them to where they need to be for the start of Season 3. An entire episode went by, and I'm just like, I don't feel like anything's really happening. And then episode 2 happens, and I'm like, oh, all right, something is happening, but really not that much. And then episode 3 happens, and it's like, this is completely out of place. What is going on? This feels more like an anthology than anything else. But in the context of great episodes, I felt episode 3 was one of the strongest. Not for a season for a show called The Mandalorian, where it had nothing to do with The Mandalorian, but in the sense of expanding lore and all that stuff, that's great. It's interesting. And then episode 4 happens and like, oh shit, we're kicking into high gear. Let's go. And then it's the same thing. It's just so uneven and so wonky. It's like, what is the point of this season? Like, what are we doing? Now, I know what we're doing for lore's sake. I know, as someone who loved the Clone Wars, I know what we're doing for lore's sake. We are expanding the world and all that stuff is great. But my problem, and this is something I've noticed with the MCU, my problem with these seasons and these movies and stuff is that they're all about trying to expand the lore and the world building and all that stuff, which is awesome, but you need to make a competent product at the same time. World building should not come at the sacrifice of great storytelling, character arcs, development, things like that. I'm watching what's happening with Din Djarin in this season. I'm just like, does he have a purpose? Like, what is he really doing here? Like, what's his motivation? What's Grogu's motivation? Is it strong enough to propel them into a season? Oh, no. It's about Bo-Katan, which, again, Bo-Katan. Love Bo-Katan as a character. She is fantastic. But at the same time, it's kind of like, all right, so Mando is getting pushed aside so Bo-Katan could do something, which, all right, fair enough, you know, but let's see where this goes. Oh, this show is only 8 episodes long. What the fuck are they trying to do? So Mando's not getting in development. Bo-Katan is the only time where the plot really moves forward. You got this random anthology episode. You got Jack Black and Lizzo showing up. You have all this stuff that is happening, and there's no cohesive narrative in an 8-episode show. And by the time you get to the penultimate finales where shit starts ramping up and it's like, okay, here we go. Like they're talking about, oh, there could be a spy. There could be this. Like, all right, let's see where this goes. And then the last episode happens. Huge, awesome fight. Great. And it's like, that's it. That's it. Like, literally, I'm wondering, like, what the fuck were we building up for 8 episodes for? And by the time we get to the finale, it's like a cool fight. And that's it. That's fucking it, bro. I'm just like, I'm flabbergasted. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm not like one of those people who's saying that, oh, you know, Jack Black and Lizzo being in the show is terrible. No, it's not. Oh, Bo-Katan having more character development in this show is terrible. No, it's not. Having an anthology episode about this and blah, blah, blah is terrible. No, it's not. Out of context, all stuff is great. But when you have an 8-episode show, you need to have a beginning, a middle, and end. You need to figure out why these characters are here in the first place. What are their motivations? What are their goals for this season? I don't give a fuck that all this stuff that they are seeding is supposed to tie into the sequel trilogy, and it's supposed to give more credence to the famous 3 words, somehow Palpatine returned. I don't care about any of that stuff. Is what is happening now making me care for the characters? And no. And that is why, in my personal opinion, Mandalorian Season 3, you know what it felt like? It felt like, y'all have played Mass Effect, right? Mass Effect 2, one of the greatest video games of all time. You remember how they would come out with the individual DLCs for some of your I've been playing too much Persona, your confidants, right? The individual DLCs where you go on a quest with them and you would do things with them, right? You know, the stories themselves, sometimes they were good, sometimes they weren't that great, but they were cool enough because you loved the main meat and potatoes of Mass Effect 2. That's what Mandalorian Season 3 felt like with Bo-Katan. It's like Mando was there, and Mando wasn't really getting development, but it's okay because it's supposed to be Bo-Katan's story. But the difference is, in Mass Effect 2, that's a side mission for a character. In Mandalorian Season 3, this is the whole season. This is the whole season. And it's similar to Marvel. It's getting to the point where they're demanding so much from you, the viewer, so much of your time, so much of your attention, because it's not like we're just watching like one Star Wars movie every 2 or 3 years and that was it. Now we have shows to keep up with. And I know someone's going to say, well, if you're a fan of this stuff, you're going to keep up with it, blah, blah, blah. But it's getting to the point where they're demanding so much and the content is not warranting that. Like, why would I spend all this time watching Mandalorian Season 3 for really no payoff of the season when I could watch a better show like Beef or Succession or Barry or all these other things that don't waste your time, that utilize your time in an effective way, that do more than just reminding you of what came before, that do more than just like, oh, maybe later down the road this might come in handy. Y'all know me, I love Grand Admiral Thrawn. He's, in my opinion, he's the best villain in all of Star Wars. I don't care that they name drop him in these shows. Like, am I gonna get great competent writing with Thrawn? Am I gonna get all of these things? Or is it just gonna be a lot of dead air, dead space? We're gonna try to seed some stuff and maybe you'll get excited for this thing in like 5 to 7 years. I don't... Like, what happened? Like, the drop in quality for Season 3 of Mandalorian is insane. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say act like 1 and 2 were like HBO shows by comparison. HBO Star Wars is Andor. Like, that is great stuff. But Mandalorian Season 3, it felt like literally like all the talent, we got them going off on different things. Like, Dave Filoni, he's doing Ahsoka. So it's like, who the fuck are we going to do for Season 3 of Mando? Oh, we got Jon Favreau and we're going to get some other people in there. But it just felt like they didn't have enough content to push us forward into like the next huge thing. And for whatever reason, I don't fucking know. It just felt like DLC. It felt like DLC for a TV show that you had to wait like almost 2.5 years for. So yeah, those are my thoughts on The Mandalorian Season 3. Again, as a Star Wars fan, I can appreciate lore and world building and them trying to retroactively fix the sequel trilogy. But as a consumer of entertainment and media and who likes to get a lot of value from the things I watch, I didn't get that with Mandalorian Season 3. I really didn't, man. I really did. In my honest opinion, Mandalorian Season 3 is a major disappointment, is a huge step down by comparison to Seasons 1 and Season 2. And honestly, like, I don't care that Season 4, it's like, okay, yeah, now they can go on more adventures. Like, it's like you can't expect me to get excited about that. Like, okay, similar to the DC stuff that before they're gonna reboot it again. I don't get excited about the fact that there is now a Justice League formed when you killed Superman and now you brought him back for no fucking reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get excited about the potential for something. I get excited when you show me shit and then you do something great and it's like, wow, you built up to this. So yeah, that's that. That's Mandalorian Season 3. Julian Phoenix, I know you sent in a couple of super chats regarding this. Let's see. So Julian Phoenix sends in $5 saying, did you see Tamura's comments where he said Mando ruined Book of Boba Fett? Also, I'm tired of the MCU formula in my Star Wars. So I did not see Tamura Morrison's comments. Of course, Tamura Morrison, he played Jango Fett in Attack of the Clones. He also plays Boba Fett. I didn't see his comments, but honestly, yeah, Mando himself being in Book of Boba Fett, I wouldn't say it ruined it, but it definitely, like, those were the best parts about it. Like, his episodes. The Boba Fett stuff was not that great. And honestly, he should be pissed off more at the people who are writing this show that they didn't give him competent material to work with. Like, that's the biggest problem. It's so weird. It's like gotten to a point where, honestly, if they're going to make something that's as mediocre as Book of Boba Fett, you might as well just made a 2-hour movie at that point instead of what they've been doing with these shows. $4.99 super chat from A Omega. What's good, bro? It's Xenoblade expansion day. Told my girl we're not together for the next 5 days until I complete it. Stopping by to show some love. I appreciate you, my brother. Yo, you living dangerously, because if I ever told my girl that shit, well, actually, you know what? My girl's a gamer too, so she understands. She don't get it. She gets it. She gets that shit. She knows it. Like, I told her straight up, because, you know, she's playing Persona 5 right now. I told her this. Like, I did some savage shit yesterday, because, yo, I bought her that game for Christmas, and she still ain't finished it. And I'm just like, wow, that is crazy to me. So I told her yesterday, because she was off work, I said, I ain't texting you until you at least get to the end of Palace 1. And she's like, what do you mean by that? I said, you heard what I said. And I didn't text her for like a solid 5-6 hours. And sure enough, she's towards the end of Palace 1. And you know what? Sometimes you got to give them that tough love. What can I say? You got to give them that tough love. Alrighty, y'all. So we went ahead and tackled that. For those who did watch Mandalorian season 3, give your verdicts down below in the comments section. Let me know what you guys thought about it. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. It helps out the channel tremendously. We've currently got 83 viewers and 50 likes. Appreciate y'all so much. And I'm going to try something different because I keep getting bugged by YouTube about inserting ads in between stuff. So while you guys do the verdict, I'm going to hit an ad real quick, okay? I'm going to see how it is. Let me know how long this ad is. Hold on. For the people who are watching like with ad blocker or YouTube Red, they're just like, oh, I ain't getting no fucking ads. But let's see. Y'all hit an ad right now? What does that look like? I don't even fucking know. I'm just trying different things. Trying to be a competent YouTuber and all that. Oh, Marcus Doyle Terrell, what's going on, my brother? How you doing? How you doing? as mid can be. There you go. I pay 20 a month to not see ads. Yeah, I'm subbed to YouTube Red for that reason, bro. Not see ads, play YouTube videos in the background. It's gorgeous, man. I got to skippable ads. See, I've been paying for YouTube Red for years. Yeah. That YouTube Premium coming in clutch. It is clutch. I'm telling you. I have never watched one single YouTube Red show, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I just put the ads on. I think I don't know how long it goes for, but I made sure to put it at like a down spell, like a down period where there's not a lot of stuff happening. Bro, I know this man ain't complaining about something. Hey, listen. I'm halfway through Royal, bro. That's more than the first Palace, sir. I'm more than halfway through that shit. But okay. $2 super chat from Long Live Kevin Samuels. Kathleen Kennedy is leaving. I can't wait. She's gonna leave at some point. At some point, she's got to go. Probably after they put out whenever they put out the next new Star Wars movie. But yeah, her tenure with Lucasfilm is not the greatest. And I'm not even one of those like Kathleen Kennedy haters like that. I'm not. But at the same time, it's like how you fumble the bag. How you fumble the bag with Star Wars? How? It prints money. You gotta be a certain kind of special to fumble the bag with Star Wars. What can I say? But yeah, so let's see. The other topic that somebody wanted us to talk about was Kraven the Hunter. Yeah, so Kraven the Hunter, which is the next exciting installment in the Sony Pictures universe of Marvel characters. The SPUM, I think is what it's called. Spunk, something like that. Yeah, so Kraven is their next movie after the critically beloved and the audience darling that is Morbius. Let there be Morbin. Now we got Kraven the Hunter coming out, starring Aaron Taylor Johnson. It's like what is this? Like his second comic book role, third comic book role actually. He was Kick-Ass, he was Quicksilver, and now he's Kraven. He might be James Bond at this rate. But yeah, he's playing Kraven, and apparently this movie is rated R. Yeah, so get excited for that. I feel like it's so funny that a Kraven the Hunter movie is rated R, but Venom, the character out of all characters that should have been rated R, had 2 movies that weren't rated R. And so they decide with Kraven that it's going to be rated R. And according to the footage from CinemaCon, he's getting pretty gnarly. He's biting people's noses off, and it's really bloody. And there's some dude who actually transforms into the Rhino, which I'm excited for those who are excited about this, because I'm not excited at all. I'm really not, man. If it's not Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse related, I got no hope for the Sony universe. Like, you see what happened? They botched Spider-Man 3. They botched Amazing Spider-Man 2. Fucking Venom, Let There Be Carnage, Morbius, now this, and now they're doing a Madam Web movie. I got no faith. I got no faith, man. Listen, if it comes out great, awesome. Fantastic. But I can't, man, because these movies are made for all the wrong reasons. And yeah, every single Hollywood movie is made to make money, but there's movies made to make money and you love doing it, and then there's whatever the shit Sony's putting out. Like, these dudes are just doing it just because they want to capitalize off the MCU branding, even though this is not in the MCU, but they want people to think it is. And they have to make movies or else they're going to lose the Spider-Man contract. But yeah, congratulations to everybody looking forward to this. All 1 or 2 of those people, I guess. Oh, man. Yeah, but they have a lot of other Spider-Man stuff happening. Apparently, there's like a Spider-Man Noir TV series happening at Amazon. I think there is also a Silk show happening. Yeah, okay. Otaku Underground says they're going to do a Silk TV show. Cool. Congratulations. I can't be excited about this shit like some people are. Like, yeah. I get excited when I see the results of shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, CinemaCon is going on right now, so there's a lot of updates of things. Like, Sony had their panel, Warner Brothers had their panel. Warner Brothers has got a lot of shit coming out. And you know what the funny thing is, if you read all of like the headlines coming out from CinemaCon from like Timothée Chalamet or Ryan Gosling or Margot Robbie, all the shit that they be saying, it sounds like those fake headlines that people put out. Like, for Timothée Chalamet, he said, I ate so much chocolate during filming of Wonka, and then I swam in a chocolate pool or some shit. It sounds so fake, man. And then like Ryan Gosling said, yeah, I didn't think I'd have the Kenergy for this role, because he plays Ken, so he said Kenergy. I'm like, this sounds so fucking fake, but I love it. I love the fucking time that they on right now. It's fucking funny, bro. Oh, but speaking of Dune 2 coming out this year. Y'all know Denis Villeneuve, goat sci-fi film director. He been talking some good shit about that, man. He said that this one is the main course of the Dune story. It's gonna be an all-out action-packed war, and he shot it entirely in IMAX. So, cinema boys, we up this year. We fucking up. We've already been winning, but Dune 2 shot 100% in IMAX? Bro, it is over. We are in there, man. I cannot wait. I love the first Dune movie. Well, the first new Dune movie. The one that just came out. We got $5 super chat from Blue Senchi 19. So Mando season 3 is a disappointment. Is it even worth watching? I haven't watched it yet, and you finally sold out by YouTube. I sold out by hitting an ad during the Ask Neo stream. I sold out by doing that. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. But nah, to answer your question, is Mando season 3 worth it? Listen, I always tell people this. Whether or not I liked something or I disliked something, I always tell people to watch it or play it to form your own opinion, because you might end up liking it. And that's perfectly fine, because we all have a difference of opinion. You know, some people can tolerate more than others, and some people can't. I might not have liked Mando season 3, but there might be somebody who absolutely loves it. That's fine. I don't care. I really don't. If you like it, I love it. That's okay. That's fine with me. Hold on one second. But shout out to all the people who've been joining in between. We got Roosevelt 770. We got Trapped in My Psych. What's going on, gentlemen? How y'all doing? Sean Bukowski. Yeah, especially Carnage. Yeah, they fucked up Carnage, my man. They definitely did that. We got Zack Rodriguez in the chat. What's up, y'all? Yes, Dune 2 is coming out at the end of the year. I'm so excited. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them down below. And you don't have to limit the questions to just nerd stuff like video games or TV shows or movies. You can talk about life stuff. You can talk about relationship stuff. Relationship stuff. I don't know why it's a tongue twister for me. Relationship stuff. Anything, man. Keep it interesting around here. Star Wars talk over? Yes, it is Acebreaker. Acebreaker probably popped out another kid while we were talking about Star Wars. What if you called the Thursday streams Neo News? Neo News. Okay, we'll workshop that. We got Neo News. Neo News, Muse. Let's see. Neo, I've been on a straight cinema run. I've watched Dazed and Confused today. Got Get Out lined up for tomorrow and Us on Thursday. That's beautiful, B-Rex. Bro, I've been watching so many movies this year alone. I mean, I've been working my way through my 4K backlog. I basically try to watch a different movie at least like once or twice a night a week. And it's been working pretty good. And then I also go to the movie theaters at this point. I'm going to the movie theaters every week, man. Like tomorrow night, I'm seeing Evil Dead Rise with my girlfriend. And then depending on Saturday night when I get off of work, I might finally be able to catch Air because I've really been wanting to watch that movie. I saw like last week in particular, I saw the Super Mario Brothers movie. And then 2 days before that, I saw Suzume. And then like a week before that, I saw Dungeons and Dragons and Mario in the same week. And like, dude, I've been going to the movie theaters so much and I fucking love it, man. It is sick. Like, it's just a great time for movies, man. And there's still so much shit coming out. Like, dude, like I'm just looking what I got. Hold on. I'm just looking at like what else is coming out. Yeah. Like literally like Evil Dead Rise, I'm going to see tomorrow. I want to watch Air this week. Beau is Afraid, which is the new Ari Aster movie. I need to see that one too. At some point, maybe I'll be able to check out Renfield, you know, with Nicolas Cage. Like there's just a lot of shit, bro. And I love it. I love it, man. Cause like we went a solid almost 2 years where there really wasn't a lot of movies in theaters. And now we just have so much stuff. There's Guardians of the Galaxy coming out next week. Like, dude, there's so much good shit, and I'm so excited. Like, I basically plan my free time when I'm already out and about around going to see movies. Like this Friday, so if I get off of work this Friday at around 10ish, I can see Air because it's playing at 10:30. Oh, I'm excited. I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited. Yeah, man. Cinema is life, bro. Especially if you got the movie theater subscriptions. We have 69 viewers right now. Nice. Especially if you have the movie theater subscriptions. That stuff is amazing. Oh, now we have 71, which is even better, but it's not nice. Now we got 74. Yeah, that's crazy. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the stream, everybody. Okay, so we have a $4.99 super chat coming in from the homie John McKinney. Good to see you, bro. If you were a Jedi in the Star Wars universe, what color lightsaber would you have? I would have green all the way. Ooh, so I definitely would probably go with a purple lightsaber. You know, like I love purple. It's one of my favorite colors. If not purple, you can definitely give me orange. So I'll take purple and orange. Like those are the two colors that I would definitely rock with. Purple, orange. What about you guys? I know people love the classic blue, or they might throw in some Return of the Jedi green. But for me, it's got to be purple or orange. Yeah, see, we got some purple and orange in the chat. That's what's up. Neo, do you have any movie theater memberships? Yes, I do, actually. I have the AMC, Regal, and I just signed up for the Alamo Drafthouse one. Because I look at it like this, right? The movie theater subscriptions are like $20 to $24 a month. A ticket to go to the movies right now, if I wanted to go watch a movie right now, is $17, period. I'm not counting IMAX, 3D, 4DX, all that stuff. The movie theater subscriptions are like $23, $24 for like AMC and Regal, and Alamo Drafthouse is $19.99, so it's $20, right? So I'm paying $60 a month, but I go to the movie theaters once to twice a week. So I'm in the movie theaters bare minimum 4 times a month. And at maximum, I might be in there 8 times a month, right? So looking at how much money that I'm spending, I'm actually saving a lot more using the subscriptions, especially because I sometimes go to the Dolby Cinema screenings, and you know that stuff is already expensive. You already pay for that with just one ticket purchase through AMC A-List. So if you guys have access to those subscription services and you love movies, definitely sub to it. If you don't go to the movies that often, or you always catch matinee prices where it's really, really cheap, then maybe not subscribe to it. Like some people, they live in areas where the movie theater tickets are just cheaper, like, you know, maybe $10. Like I'm glad, I'm happy for you, but you know, living in super expensive places, you know, we don't have that luxury. And also, I'm just gonna be real, like I don't want to go to a movie at 9 a.m. in the morning just so I can see it for half price. Like I like going to movies after the fact, hanging out with my boys or going out with my girl. Like it's just fuck it, you know. But that's where these subscriptions come in handy. Oh, this man say he gonna dual wield. Jesus Christ. Regal is better than AMC, to be honest. I think honestly, it does depend on which AMC and Regal theater you have. I would say my Regal theaters that I have are a lot nicer than the AMC ones. But then again, the AMC ones that are near me are not like the newly renovated ones. Like they don't have like the greatest things going for them, which is weird because they're in like really like high ticket, like just like high traffic, high volume areas where a lot of people go. So you would think those would be the premium ones. Like my favorite theater that I go to is the Regal one that's in my city. Just because they have great recliner seats and everything, and they have a huge IMAX screen. But at the same time, I love going to Dolby stuff. And the Dolby theaters, the best part of the Dolby theaters is that regardless of which one you go to, they are all built exactly the same. So you get the same seats all across the board. How long have I been subbed for? Is there a way to check it? If we're talking about YouTube, I mean, maybe if you go into the settings of the actual person, it might tell you how long you've been subbed to them. $5 from Blue Senshi. All right, I'll check it out. All right, I'll check it out. Sell out. Shut up. I don't mind since I have premium. My least favorite character in Persona 4 Golden is Yosuke. He's on some shit. Blue Senshi just like throws you. He says so many things at you, and it's like a whole whiplash with his comments. But I like Yosuke. I don't care what people say. He's cool with me. But if we're talking like least favorite Persona 4 Golden characters, no. My least favorite one is freaking, what's her name? Freaking, man, Rise. Nah, I'm not. Leave Yosuke alone. And I know me saying Rise is going to bring Godzilla Tommy back in the chat. He's like, yo, take that back. Oh, you're lucky, Gene Joseph, because all the Regal theaters that I've been to, they don't have bars. I don't know. Maybe it's a New York thing. I don't know, man. Like, we don't have like any like the dine-in Regals. How do you think the KOTOR remake is going to be? Well, we haven't gotten an update on that in a long time, so either they are just hunkering down and working on it, or that shit is struggling, bro. That shit is struggling, bro. Oh, man. Again, if they fumble the bag, they were almost about to fumble the bag with that shit. Are you thinking of Yukiko? Everyone hates her. I don't mind Yukiko. I really don't, but Rise just be mad annoying. Like Rise's the type of chick where it's like, it's 7:20 in the morning and you in class and Rise is loud as fuck for no reason. I'm just like, please stop. Please stop. I'm still half asleep, bro. You should work at a theater. Free movie tickets, discounted concession, and early screenings. You know, I thought of that at one point, like 10 years ago, Kermit. But at the same time, I see how humans are. And cleaning out some of those theaters just terrifies me, bro. Have you ever been to a ghetto theater where everyone is loud and wild? Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily a ghetto theater, but that happens, you know? Like, you just always run into people. You either run into, like, white trash or ghetto people. Like, it just is what it is, where people are just loud as fuck. I remember, like, sometimes it's really funny. Like, especially if the movie is crap and everyone's just roasting in the theater. That shit is funny. But if you're, like, going to, like, I remember I went to, oh, man. This is not necessarily ghetto, but I remember I went to go see the Eternals. And man, I don't know how. No. Okay, you know what it was? Like, okay, this is what happened. So I went to go see the Eternals. I bought my IMAX ticket. And I'm just chilling there in the theater, and I guess I was next to like this family. It was like this mom, this dad, and the daughter. And the daughter would not shut the fuck up, bro. She would not shut up. She was asking her dad so many questions about the movie. It's like, he's like, I don't fucking know. Mind you, because nobody knows who the Eternals are, and no one's seen this fucking movie before. So how the fuck would he know? And that shit was mad annoying, bro. It took her like 45 minutes just to stop talking, and I think she eventually fell asleep, which may or may not be a testament to the movie itself, the movie's quality. But yeah, Eternals was really boring. Very beautiful people in the movie, though. But yeah, no, like, it's just... Thankfully, knock on wood, 9 times out of 10, my theater going experiences, I don't have people who are loud as fuck or crying babies or shit like that. And also, I like going to places where if you complain to the staff, they kick people out, which is awesome. Like the Alamo Drafthouse, if people are on their phone and they loud as fuck, then people get kicked the fuck out, which is great. I feel like more theaters should do that, because it's like, bro, you come to a theater to watch the movie, get off your phone, stop talking, like, just, you know what it is. So yeah, man, it's it doesn't happen often, but every now and then it's like, oh man, if Thanos could only snap away half the people in this theater, I think I would enjoy this movie a lot more. Oh god, Resay number 1. All right, you better relax, bro. You better relax. $2 from Blue Senchi. Cinemark is better at AMC is garbage. That's the thing, man. Like, I've only had good experiences with my AMC, so maybe it's y'all AMCs. Or maybe I just don't have the bad AMCs near me. What are some of the benefits to these movie memberships? So how it works with like Regal is that you can see a movie every single day, and you get like extra, like I think for Regal, you see a different movie every day. You get discounts off of like IMAX tickets, 40X tickets. You get like discounts off of concessions, like 15%. Every now and then you get like more points and bonuses. And that's like $23 a month. And then with AMC, you could see 3 movies per week, but they don't charge you more for like Dolby Cinema or IMAX, which is awesome. And then you also, again, get more points and concession stuff. And then with AMC, I think A-List, you can skip the lines for concession, so you don't have to wait in the long-ass line for people, which is really sick. And yeah, Alamo Drafthouse, I think you can just see a different movie, I think, every day. And I don't think you don't get discounts off of stuff. But yeah, the main meat and potatoes of those subscription services is you get an opportunity to see more movies, which is well worth it, considering, like I said, if you go see 2 movies a month, you already pay for the membership, and now you could see more. Like, I already know Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I'm seeing it in IMAX next week, and I'm definitely going to go catch it in Dolby as well. What's your current video game backlog, and how do you prioritize them? So I don't necessarily have a video game backlog, Black Swag. I just play the games that I want to play. I stopped looking at things as a backlog because I felt as if I was forcing myself to play through some stuff. Whereas now it's like, I only buy games if I really want to play them, and I just get through them when I get through them. So, you know, sometimes I might be a little busier and I don't have time to play games. Sometimes I just don't feel like gaming, so I might be reading, or I might just be doing other stuff. But the important thing I always tell people is just play the shit that you want to play. Don't feel as if you need to play everything to be a part of the conversation. Don't feel as if you need to force yourself through a game for XYZ. If you're a YouTube reviewer, then yeah, beat your games. But if you're somebody who, you know, you're just playing games and something is really not clicking after a really long time, then maybe it's just not the game for you, or you're just not in the headspace right now. So yeah, like right now, for example, oh god, we got the Xenoblade DLC drops tonight. I'm not touching that, even though I want to play it so bad. It's just like, we have Jedi Survivor coming out this Friday, and then we have Zelda coming out in a few weeks, and then Final Fantasy. It's just, there's a lot of stuff that I'm not gonna rush myself to playing through them, because there's a lot of time in those games, and I want to take my time with those games. And if it's like over 20 hours of length, it's just like, I want to enjoy that experience. Like something like Resident Evil 4, you can finish that. But if it's like Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which I already know is going to be a very, 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 very long game, not because of the length, but just because of all the shit you can do, then yeah, I'm going to enjoy that and not feel like I need to rush through it. Yeah, and it saves your wallet too, because with the way gaming is, and this is always how it's been, but now more so because things are getting more expensive, $70 for a game that you know you're not going to have the time to play why would you buy it day one? If you allocate time and it's something you're really looking forward to and you know you're going to play it, absolutely. But if it's something that you know you could wait on or you just don't have the time currently, unless it's a special edition that you know you can't get anywhere else, then don't buy the game. Especially if it's an Ubisoft game. I'm going to keep it a stack. Unless it's a legitimately good Splinter Cell game or Rayman or whatever, there's no reason to buy Ubisoft shit day one. Because it's going to be $15 off in 2.5 weeks. Wait 2.5 weeks and you could save $15 for a cookie cutter Ubisoft game. And listen, if y'all enjoy Ubisoft games, that is fine. But it cannot be denied that Ubisoft games do not hold their value. They don't. So it's not worth it. Like Assassin's Creed Valhalla came out at $60. Within 2 weeks, that bitch was like $44.99 and not Black Friday. So, yeah, man. Some shit is cool if you're going to play it, but then other stuff, it's like, no, why are you doing that? Except if it's first-party Nintendo games, because it does not matter when you buy those games, they're going to keep in price. It does not matter. It doesn't, bro. That's a worthy investment. Oh, you bought Forspoken day one? Ooh, that's definitely for spooky. But listen. If you enjoy the game, that's all that matters. It took me 4 years to finish Resident Evil 2. It's going to be a while for me to finish Resident Evil 4 unless they announce a remake of Code Veronica or Resident Evil 5. Take your time with it, my brother. Those are special games, too. Very, very special games. Because, you know, the thing I love about Capcom titles is that they're not really long games. At least like the Resident Evil titles. They're not long games. They're definitely made to be played through multiple times. And sometimes that's it. Sometimes you just want like a Devil May Cry 5, which is like, hey, it's like a 10-hour story. I played through this shit. I had a blast. Maybe I'll play through it again, or maybe I might wait a year or two and just dick around and have fun with other stuff. And then I come back if I want some Devil May Cry action. Like, that shit is great, man. Corey says, I'm also a coward and scared. Oh, it's not that. No, okay, I will say this. Resident Evil 2, I wasn't terrified, like scared, like jump scare wise, but it's just that motherfucking Mr. X, bro. Like when you just hear that fucker, I'm just like, oh no, I can't do that shit, bro. It's kind of like Outlast in that respect, where it's like, I ain't scared of shit, but then you see that thing outside, you peek through that locker, like what the fuck? Oh hell no, bro. Just something about that. $2 super chat for Julian Phoenix. What's a good pre-workout? Bangs aren't doing it anymore. So it all depends on your tolerance to stimulants. I think that the Ghost Legend pre-workout is a really good all-around daily workout, daily pre for a lot of people out there, especially if you go to the gym and you just want clean energy where there's not going to be any type of crash. Try out Ghost Legend. But if you are someone who has like a really high tolerance to caffeine, you might want to check out Ghost Legend All Out. It's a little bit more expensive. You get a little bit less, but it hits way harder than the regular Ghost Legend. Gorilla Mode from Derek at More Plates, More Dates. I really like his workout. That thing fucking hits great quality ingredients in that. The only thing it doesn't have is beta alanine, which I like because I fucking love the tingles. And then, yeah, other than that, I don't really mess with too many other pre-workouts just because I look to like what's really good cost to performance, and looking at some of the other stuff, sometimes you might get more just that'll get you jittery, like, oh my God, like, oh, this feels great, but it's not like effective dosages of the stuff you need. And also a lot of companies are like changing their formulas too, especially when they go mainstream to get into like GNC and Vitamin Shop, and then it doesn't hit the same. But the cool thing I love about Ghost is that whenever they change their formula, it's always for the best. It gets better. And Gorilla Mode, like I said, you could buy it off their website and everything. And it's really good, man. What's up, Reed94? Tears of the Kingdom is why I'm not playing Xenoblade. I respect it, Don Otaku. Zelda comes out in like what? When does it come out? 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks Zelda is out. 2.5 weeks, bro. I already know I'm not really gonna have time to play it that weekend because I'm gonna be working all weekend, but it's definitely gonna be played. Jedi Survivor. I might have to wait on that. I don't know. It depends how long this Xenoblade DLC is. They say he's bigger than Torna. If that's to be believed, oh, Jesus. That's a lot of time, man. Mr. X gave me anxiety trying to do puzzles and dodge him. Yeah, man. You need to be Breath of the Wild. Well, if you're going to get Tears of the Kingdom, I would just wait at that point. You know what I'm saying? Just dive into that game. Nah, but Breath of the Wild has some good DLC, though. Hey, Chris, do you have any advice for dealing with people making fun of you? Oh yeah, Bella. So I always look at it like this, right? There are many schools of thoughts to how to deal with bullies, right? Some people take the fight fire with fire approach and they roast people back, while others just stay silent to not give the bully the satisfaction and the validation. Me, myself, and I'm a little bit of both. So on the one hand, if somebody keeps making fun of you, right, you can tell them to stop, or you can, if it's a school setting, you can involve higher powers that be to say, hey, I'm getting bullied, blah, blah, blah. And hopefully administration will take action. But the unfortunate reality of the world we live in is that administration does not take action. So it falls on the individual to have to handle that shit. And this is where it's hard, because standing up for yourself as a person is a very, very hard thing to do, especially if you don't know how to properly express yourself. So you say a table of girls was talking trash and some random girl pulled my hair. Oh, okay. So that's a little different than somebody saying words, which is still very bad. But if it starts getting physical like that, that is different. That is different. And if it gets to the point where shit is happening, then, okay, so first things first, you want to involve the higher powers that be, teachers, lunch monitors, shit like that, because that's a physical altercation. It's no longer just words, right? If they put their hands on you, that's different, and you can't refute that. So yeah, go through all the channels that you need to handle that stuff accordingly. But the next approach is, if somebody ever tries to step to you, you got to get physical with them. Like, I don't care what people say. An eye for an eye makes the world blind. No, it doesn't. An eye for an eye puts people in their place. And if somebody is getting physical with you, like, you got to show them that you ain't no one to be dealt with, right? You ain't the one to be dealt with. But again, you want to make that your last ditch effort. You don't want it to escalate to that point. So if someone is bullying you and they're saying words, work on trying to roast them back. And if you got to get personal with them, get personal with them, because remember, they started that shit. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, you want to avoid that stuff, but don't let them mistake your non-response for being weak, right? So you could ignore it, but they're going to keep pushing you, because that's what people do. So, roast back, do what you do. And then if they start getting physical with you, do everything in your power to avoid that. But sometimes you got to throw a punch. That's it. Exactly. And Re94, don't throw the first punch, just defend yourself. Yep. Always. Because the way it's always told, unfortunately, is that whoever throws the punch first, they're the one who gets in the most amount of trouble. And it sucks. It really does. But the important thing is you got to protect yourself regardless. And yeah, in the moment, it might seem bad, but you are definitely going to look back on that and be like, I'm glad I did that. And take it from somebody who, growing up, I was bullied. I was bullied because I was always the tallest kid. As weird as this shit sounds, guys, I was the tallest kid in class. I was the skinniest kid in class. It just looked really nerdy, right? And I was bullied by this guy who was much shorter than me. And I was a very shy child growing up, and I didn't know how to respond to that at all. So I just kept to myself until it got to a point where I just, like, I don't know, I just grew balls overnight, and I insulted the kid, and everybody around me in the class was just like, oh, and it just got silent for a second because they never heard me snap. I'm the type of person where I avoid everything. I can do everything in my power to avoid snapping. But when I snap, people say I go dark, right? And I don't care at that point if I get angry. Now, as I've gotten older, I've learned to channel that in ways where it's like, oh, I can express myself and I can say certain things that have that same effect, rather than going from 0 to 100 like that. But it all worked out in the end, because that same dude, he peaked at 5'1", and he kind of looks like a mouse now. I don't know if he does cocaine or something, but he looks like a meth addict, man. This shit is crazy. So yeah, everything worked out in the end, which again, it's like one of those things where it's like, realize that the people who are doing shit like this, trying to get a rise out of you, doing these things to irritate you, they rarely, if ever, go far in life. And if they do go far in life, they usually keep that same energy of being an asshole, right? And then they usually peak in high school, and then they just end up living very, very sad, meaningless lives. Sure, they might make a lot of money or blah, 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 but They're still terrible people. Or they're the type that grows up and they just like, yeah, man, you know, like, we got to be against bullying, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, motherfucker, you were bullying people. Like, no, there's no, like, I learned my ways from this shit. Like, no, get, like, you know, sometimes one of those things where it's just like, no, you're the wrong person to say that shit, motherfucker. Like, stop that stuff. But yeah, success is the best revenge. It's true, King Taichi. Success is the best revenge. But at the same time, when push comes to shove, be ready. That's it. Because sometimes you got to shove back. Dark Neo turning into a Heartless. Kingdom Hearts 4 Real World Edition. Oh, man. Neo used voodoo to curse his bully's height. Listen, he just must have bad genetics, bro. He 5'1". He 5'1", look like a rat, bro. Like, that man, like, I'm just like, Jesus. He said... But yeah, you know, it's hard to offer advice coming from someone who's just like so much older than the younger people, because as someone who used to be in that situation, if somebody told me this advice, I'd be like, I don't know, blah blah blah, because you know, it takes years to grow into this shit. It takes years to find yourself as a person and find these effective ways to handle things. But if there is just one piece I can give to someone, it's just all, like, regardless of like what you're going through at the time, don't stay meek, just stand up. That's it. So anyways, I started blasting. Or you could do that too, Don Otaku. To the extent of what that means, we don't know. But you could always do that too. Mickey Mouse. No. Mickey Mouse is cute and cuddly compared to what that dude looked like. You grab their hair and cut their hair. Trapped in my sock, yeah, we can work up to that, definitely. Because if they grab your hair and they pull your hair, next time I'd be like, what? Really? Let me try that. I'm down with that shit. Ayo, so I'm picking up a PS5 this week. Do you have any tips for a first-time owner? How's your experience with it been? Yeah, so as far as tips and tricks, honestly, just have fun with the console. There's not really anything you need to know about the system. It's not too different by comparison to, like, the PS4 in the sense, wow, it's like, wow, this is a completely different system, blah, blah, blah. Like, things are moved around. It will take you a while to get used to the user interface. The way they handle things on PS5 is a little different than PS4, but it's a game console. Like, this shit will come natural to you after a while. But as far as things I do recommend doing, make sure as far as like all your settings are concerned, like with cloud saves and all that stuff, make sure you turn all those things on, because unlike Xbox, PlayStation is not the greatest when it comes down to seamless interconnectivity for cloud gaming. So like with the Xbox One X, if you just set up automatic clouds support for your games, it transfers everything to the cloud just fine. You have to think about it. But on the PlayStation, if you didn't set that shit up at all and you weren't subscribed to Plus, then you ain't gonna get your save files, man. And you gotta go and you have to re-download your saves too on the PS5 rather than it just being there and it loads up. So PlayStation is definitely like more of a one-step process for certain things. But yeah, other than that, it's the same shit at the end of the day. Play your games, have fun. My experience has been getting better and better. It started out pretty rough because PlayStation 5 just had more issues at launch by comparison to the Series X from a software point of view. But you know, shit gets ironed out. They do updates. They have all the updates in there. Shit is cool. Hey, what's going on, Havoc? How you doing? Just came back from work. What's up, Dark Star Angel? You guys are not late. You are just on time. Bella says, I told one of the kids to go back to her dad and complain. Her dad left. Now she's mad. Hey, yo, Bella is savage. She said, why don't you go complain to your dad? Oh, wait, he's not at home. Is he still getting milk? That's how you handle that shit. Because if she's bullying you and you bully back with words, like, fuck that shit. If you get in trouble for that shit, fuck that shit. But they started talking about my cousin. So yeah, so if they start talking shit, listen, it's free reign. I don't care what people say. You just roast back. You just roast back that she got an absent father. That is, yo, Bella, you a savage. Who taught you that shit? Did Havoc teach you that shit? If so, I'm so proud of you. I'm so fucking proud of you. That's how you handle it. Yeah, honestly, if it's for your family members and your friends, yeah, of course you got to do that, and do not feel bad about it. Do not feel bad about it. She can worry about all that stuff later in therapy. Like, listen, that's not you. That's not on you. That's not on you. Oh, man. Okay, so we have a $5 super chat from Long Live Kevin Samuels. Yes, sir. Who is the smartest out of this group? Dr. Stone, Light, or Lelouch? So I can't comment on Dr. Stone because I haven't seen that anime. So it's down to Light or Lelouch. I would definitely say Lelouch because Lelouch lasted far longer and he made less mistakes than Light. Light got way too cocky for his own good. Light was 100% responsible for his own downfall since day one. After Light, spoiler alert for a almost 20-year-old series, after Light killed L, Light thought he was at the top of the world. Yeah, I can get this shit done. And then he got sloppy, man. We got $5 coming in from Don Otaku. I remember there was this kid who I was friends with who would get bullied by everybody. One day they were cracking jokes and he just stood up. He just stood up and what? Okay, there's a second one. $10. One day he just stood up and started finger gun pointing at all the bullies and then skipped over me and I was like, let's go! And then he patted his lunchbox and sat down. They got him suspended and didn't bully him again. Wait a minute, what the fuck? Oh shit, this story almost took a dark fucking turn, bro. I was like, was Don Otaku a survivor? Like, what the fuck? He started finger gun pointing at all the bullies and then skipped over me. He did the in-person version of don't come to school tomorrow. This is absolutely terrible that we're joking about this shit, but oh my god. Jesus Christ. They got him suspended and didn't bully him again. I would hope they didn't bully him again. Like, yo. Oh, we all got a special place in hell for us. All of us. All of us. Except for the one person saying, I did not condone anything that happened on Ask Neo April 25th, 2023 edition. I did not. Jesus Christ, Danosaku. This man said, let's go. This man is so wrong. He patted his lunchbox. That's scary. But you know what? He accomplished his goal. They didn't bully him again. A small price to pay for salvation. Oh god, Don Otaku, that's his whole soundtrack now. Oh, we got another $5 from Don Otaku. Bro, he always had a lunchbox and I never saw him eat lunch from it. What? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is not okay. Well, I mean, it's many years later, but now I'm terrified of what could have been, bro. Holy, bro. Oh, Don Otaku, I fucking love you, man. He said he never ate lunch from the lunchbox. What is he keeping in there? Even Acebreaker is like, Lord. Okay. Hey, Juliun Harris, what's up, bro? Juliun Harris says, hey, bro, what's up? Just got home from work, had a crazy day, got after one of my employees today because he messed up something in my area of work, but luckily I dealt with it accordingly. That sounds like big Kingpin vibes, Juliun Harris. What the fuck? He said, I got after one of my employees because he messed up something, but don't worry about it. I took care of it. Jesus Christ, what is up with y'all today? Y'all got big dick energy. I fucking love that for y'all. Fucking love it. Y'all handling business. Y'all handling business. Retro Lad says, I got bullied when I was 11 and I smacked the bully in the face, didn't get bullied again. Yeah, see, listen, sometimes you gotta fight fire with a machete. Like, it is what it is. Probably not the best analogy, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I am. Do you know what I am saying? Don't worry about it. That's right, Sean Wachowski. He bodied him. Man, backhand slap too. Yeah, he showed him the car door. Oh no. That's something we ain't ever going to see from Disney. Re94 says, what's your most anticipated film and TV series of the year? I probably have to say Doom Part 2. Yeah, it's Doom Part 2. It's Doom Part 2. Like, it's Doom Part 2, and then everything else that's coming out that I wasn't looking forward to, but I really loved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking forward to Barbie. I'm looking forward to Oppenheimer. But Dune is like the one, if I'm looking at the calendar, it's that. And then Spider-Man Into the Spider... why do I keep saying this? Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So it's those two movies. Hey, Terrence, what's up, bro? He just got home from school/rehearsal. What's up, Neo? Yo, we just talked about how to deal with bullies, man. And the general consensus is that you gotta slap the life out of somebody. You gotta slap them so hard that they're just like, oh my god, is Bungie still making Halo games? That's how bad you gotta slap them. Send them back into next week or last week. David Biglod said, kid kept the Glock next to the fruit snacks. Oh no. Oh no. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. The lunchbox special. That is crazy. I mean, the worst thing you could do nowadays to a kid is just say, hey, yo, 343 is working on your favorite franchise. That's a fate worse than death, if I'm being honest. They wanted Mario to fail so much and it's crossing 1 billion. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I saw that movie twice. So I might see that movie a third time because my sister still hasn't seen it. So I might just go for shits and giggles. But I feel like if I see it the third time, I want to be high as fuck. I want to do that. I definitely want to do that. Is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse still 2 parts? So it's one full movie, but it's Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and then the next one is Beyond the Spider-Verse. So it's still a full movie, but I think there is going to be something that's going to make it seem like a part 1 of part 2. $5 coming in from DIMWITMONKEY. A kid pulled out a gun in lunch once. Not like a school shooter situation. More of a I lived in a rough area and some kids were messing around situation. Damn. In lunch. Jesus. I mean, I don't even know how to respond to that, man. Like, it's... I mean, listen, he was just telling him what it is, man. That's like the definition of just showing what's on your waist, you know? But it is what it is, man. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Spider-Verse in 4K? Oh, I can't wait for that disc. Just imagine your bullies finding your mama's OnlyFans page. Yes, that's the only time it's acceptable to bully a woman for having OnlyFans. Straight up. Like, if your kid is a menace and I find out that the mom is on OnlyFans, oh, it's over, man. This is the only one. It's over, man. The mom is not the only one getting fucked. This kid's life is getting fucked. Let's see. So we got $5 coming in from Justin Ayala. What's up, Justin? Long time, bro. Xenoblade tonight, baby. I know, but I can't touch it. I can't, bro. I can't do it. Because Star Wars is coming out this Friday, and there's too many games to play. But I want who's downloading the Xenoblade DLC tonight and playing it this week? I need a show of hands. I need a show of hands for the enlightened ones. I need to live vicariously through y'all until I start that DLC. Hey, you working on a fresh batch, Rhino? Oh, you better let me know, man. You better let me know about them threats. Bro, you gotta, it's treats, Rhino, not threats. I mean, they could be a threat, but they're treats. I was chilling with my chicken nuggies. I had no worries. All right, Grogu, I feel you. $2 for Julian Phoenix. Watch Beau is Afraid High. I don't want to do that because not for his movies. Not for Ari Aster movies, bro. That man is different. I might have a whole out-of-body experience and have so much paranoia and anxiety. I've read the first Doom book. I need to read more of them. Zubin Jacob says, so glad Warner Brothers is doing 4K trailers. I'm sick of movie companies putting their trailers out at 1080p. Exactly. I didn't spend $1,000 on this TV to watch shit at SD, bro. If I wanted to do that, I'd be a Switch owner, man. Fuck, I'm a Switch owner, man. Oh, but yeah, man. So we didn't get a chance to talk about the Flash trailer. Yeah, so they put out a new Flash trailer today, and listen, I regret to inform everybody in this chat, but it looks like the movie might be decent. It's just like every trailer they put out looks all right. Dare I say, it looks like it might be great. You know, it's just, it sucks because it's like that meme. The worst person you could think of makes a point you agree with, and it's like Ezra Miller. It's Ezra Miller, and it's, oh man. But they put out a new Flash trailer heavily featuring Michael Keaton Batman and Sasha Calle Supergirl, and it looks good, man. Some of the CGI looks wonky in the daytime setting. Like there's this one shot of like the two Barrys and Supergirl, and they all rush the camera. I was like, oh, that's rough. But then some of the other stuff looks kind of good. It's nice to see Ben Affleck again. So yeah, man, it looks cool. That's gonna be the most conflicting money I spend on a ticket because I'm just like, fuck, Ezra Miller, bro. But at the same time, this shit slaps. Because the way they be talking about it, listen, if they didn't care about the movie and they thought this shit was ass, they wouldn't say anything. Like, James Gunn had very little to say about Shazam and Aquaman. But Flash, this man is coming out here and he's just like, I fucking love this movie. I cried like 46 times watching the dailies, and it's just, you need to watch it. So I think it might be good. I think it might be good, because if this shit is a 2-pack of ass, James Gunn, I'm side-eyeing going forward. But I feel like it might be good. Because Andy Muschietti, he did the It movies, and they were good. Yeah, that first trailer was so fucking good. This one definitely seemed... This one is a lot more emotional. Fuck, man. Like, what a time to be alive. What a time. What a time, my friends. Hey, Valkian24, what's up? How you doing, Maddie? How you feeling? Yeah, dude. It would have been sick if we got like a proper Batman Beyond with Michael Keaton. That would have been awesome. Like, you don't even have to explain much. You could just say this is like set 30 years after Batman Returns. You have Terry McGinnis come into the mix. And you can have that be your new Batman, or it could be your Elseworld story. It's all futuristic and shit. Futuristic Batman stuff? Oh my god, that'd be awesome. And it's like, no, we're just gonna reboot it. Which I'm like, fine, but maybe one day we'll get Batman Beyond. Apparently they were working on a Batman Beyond animated movie in the style of Spider-Verse. That could have went crazy. That could have went crazy, but we ain't gonna see that shit. Did you finally watch Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always? No, I didn't. Every single time I say I'm going to watch something, it's very rare that I actually do it. Sometimes I just get into the moment and I watch it. But it's still on my list. You know what it was? I was going to watch that, but I ended up watching Beef. And I finished all of Beef in just like 3 days. Fantastic show. If you guys have not checked out Beef, it is so good. It's on Netflix. Hey, Maddie. So long as you're doing good, bro. That's all I need to hear, man. Because, you know, we all out here, we handling business. Life is tough. But you know what? We get back up and we punch back 3 times as hard, man. What did Don Otaku just say? I've been testing Flash trailers for about 6 months for free AMC tickets. And I've seen some footage that didn't make it. It looks really good. Oh, interesting. Yeah. So the thing is, like, they were apparently doing an animated Batman Beyond movie. And if this, before the James Gunn regime, but if this Flash movie did good, they were going to do something with Batgirl and Michael Keaton. And I think maybe if they wanted a Batman in the mix, they could do Batman Beyond. But, you know. What is anything at DC at this point? What is anything? Well, James Gunn said he likes Shazam, but he wasn't out there twerking for the movie like he is with The Flash. Well, maybe they have more to lose with The Flash because it costs exponentially more money. Hey, Maddie, all you got to do, my brother, is just take shit one day at a time. Just one day at a time, bro. One day at a time. That's all you need, man. Just one day at a time to handle things. Focus on one task and complete that task. Don't worry about trying to do everything at once. Just focus on the thing that matters to you and what's most important right now. And just go from there, man. And above all, just remember to breathe, my friend. Remember to breathe. Alrighty. So I haven't done this in a while, you guys. We are currently at 76 viewers and we've got 72 likes. So if you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure you hit that like button. It helps out tremendously with the channel. And I'm going to experiment again. I'm going to go ahead and... Yeah, it's been a while. I'm going to try putting another ad. See what that does. Hold on. So I'm going to put an ad for a second. Don't worry, you guys. And then Gustavo Bravo comes back. He's like, you fucking sellout. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You killed me. I would never recover from this. But most of the people here have YouTube Premium anyway. So we live in. We're living. Oh, Sterling. So you can't talk about the Flash movie because you under embargo as well. Interesting. See, there he is. I told you. I fucking told you. Here he is with the $2 super chat. Sellout. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that you donate to call me a sellout. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Favorite Final Fantasy from each console generation they released. Okay. So I'm going to start with the Super Nintendo because I'm going to be honest, like I played Final Fantasy. I played some of the older ones, but really mainly just 4. So I'm just going to start with the Super Nintendo. Favorite Final Fantasy on the Super Nintendo? Obviously, you guys know the answer. You know it. One of the greatest video game villains of all time. You already know this shit. You already know who it is. Going to the PS1 era, I would definitely say my personal favorite is going to be Final Fantasy 9. I know it's sacrilegious when Final Fantasy 7 is the most popular one of the bunch, and I do enjoy 7. I think 7 is a great game in its own right. It's legendary for a reason. But me personally, I felt like Final Fantasy 9 was more of a callback to the traditional Final Fantasy games. And I like that setting a lot more. And I love the characters in that game. And I love the story that Zidane and company go on. So that's my favorite of the PS1 generation. The PlayStation 2 generation, you had Final Fantasy 10, 10-2. 11 doesn't really count, but it was on the PS2 because it is an MMO, so you can't really classify it. And then you have Final Fantasy 12. I mean, I really enjoyed Final Fantasy 12. I know it's got issues, and it wasn't until we got the subsequent versions where it became a truly realized game. But if I had to say like a cohesive experience that was good from beginning, middle to end, I would probably say Final Fantasy 10, even though it got weird towards the end. But 12 is still good. 12 is still good. PS3 generation, I mean, like we had the 13 trilogy and then we had 14. So I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna say 14. Even though I played it on PS4, I'm gonna cheat and say 14. PS4 generation, I'm gonna cheat again and I'm gonna say Final Fantasy 14 A Realm Reborn. And PS5, I would definitely say, well, okay, to be fair, PS4 had the Final Fantasy 7 remake, but even though I really enjoyed that game, it's weird because it's not a complete experience. It isn't. It's a great experience at times, but man, that padding. So I would say I'm gonna still give it to Final Fantasy 14 because I just had way more fun in that game when I played 14. PS5, we have Rebirth Part 2, or Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. And then we have 16 coming out. And like I said, the jury's still out on that. If I had to pick which one I'd probably enjoy more, probably 16. But again, we'll see. I could end up enjoying Rebirth a lot more. But yeah, so that's what it is. So 6, 9, 10, and 12 are butting heads. 14, and then PS5, we'll see what happens. Oh, DIMWITMONKEY, look what this man just said. I'm under embargo for The Flash 2, but I will spill the beans. Motherfucking Sephiroth joins in the final trailer, and he straight up gives Michael Keaton a facial. Hey, yo! That's crazy, man. But I know it's gonna get some people in the chat horny. Corey Gryffindor says, how do you feel that Final Fantasy 7 gets anniversary streams, but the others don't? I mean, I feel some type of way, because, you know, there are a lot of Final Fantasy games that I think are better games, but there's a reason 7 is on the level that it is. Like, no Final Fantasy game, even to this day, managed to capture audiences like Final Fantasy 7 did. Even though there are better games out there, 7 is just iconic for a lot of reasons. It sold the PlayStation 1 as a viable platform for Square Enix. Like, Square Enix was exclusively on Nintendo until that generation where they were just like, oh, CDs? Let's do this Final Fantasy 7 game. We can't do this on N64. And then, boom, that's where the marriage started. That's when they started dating. And yeah, just everything after the fact. I mean, they've always pushed it. You know, they had the Final Fantasy compilation thing. They had spin-off games, Crisis Core. He was like, characters are in Kingdom Hearts. I mean, it just is what it is. Like, I get sad about that at times. Like, man, I wish they gave this love for Final Fantasy 6. Like, I'd love a full remake of Final Fantasy 6, but I'm not too bent out of shape about it. Provided those games are available to play on modern platforms, that's all I really care about. Like, sure, I'd love a remake, but at the same time, I'm all right. You know, if it was 2012 Neo in my angsty phase, I'd be like, yeah, fuck Cloud, that emo boy, you know, but that's just not me anymore. So if people like it, I love it. No, I did not say Final Fantasy 13 Godzilla Tommy. I did not. Hey, Positive Gamer, what's up, Dax? Nah, we chilling, bro. We chilling. Hassan says, do you think day one first party releases on Game Pass is sustainable, or will Xbox revert that decision? At the moment, things aren't looking great for Xbox. So I think we're going to make this one of the topics for Thursday night's show, Hassan, because Xbox has unfortunately been in the news recently for a lot of negative reasons, whether it's Redfall or, you know, it's just like the financials that have just come out. Xbox hardware is down 30% for the quarter, but they are up in like software revenue and gaming subscriptions and all that stuff. Do I think that the stuff is sustainable? I'm gonna give the answer that I've given for the past 3 years now when it comes to game sustainability with subscription services and all that stuff. Me personally, as the consumer, I don't care, because if you are offering me value, bang for my buck, I don't care if it's on a subscription service. In fact, I'd love it on a subscription service because I don't have to pay $70 for every single game. Now, whether that's sustainable for game development, I'm going to let Microsoft be the judge of that, because they're the ones who are pimping this stuff out. But if the quality is there for these games, if the games come out and they are great and they're like full AAA releases where they don't have any issues, where you don't have to check back 6 months, 12 months later for content, then by all means. And we've only really seen that for, well, at least the positive sides of Game Pass for like big AAA games with their established stuff like Gears and Forza. Like, we haven't seen like a new big AAA IP come out on Game Pass. Like, we've had smaller stuff like Psychonauts. You had Flight Simulator. I'm not even going to mention Halo Infinite, because I feel like regardless of whether or not that was Game Pass, that's not Game Pass's problem. That's just a 343 problem. But games like Redfall and Starfield are truly going to be the litmus test for Game Pass, where we can launch day and date big games, not smaller titles that we're going to elevate to a big level, but huge games that are new to the service, that aren't just another Forza or another Gears of War. So if it gets people to subscribe to Game Pass and spend a lot of money on Xbox, I think that's what they really care about at the end of the day. They don't really worry too much about the exact numbers of game sales if the subscription numbers each month are very high and the money that people are spending on, you know, like DLC and all this stuff is also very high. But if it gets to a point where it's not, and they're coming out with all these games and people aren't buying Xboxes and people aren't subscribing to Game Pass, then there might be a point further down the road where they don't put those games on the service. They might have to course correct and walk it back. I mean, we already know they're probably going to raise the price of Game Pass within the next 2 years. It is what it is. Everything is going up. Everything is going up. Every single service is increasing their price. Everything is getting more expensive. It's just, unfortunately, the reality of the world. Except Arizona iced teas. They will always be 99 cents for now. But yeah, I don't think that right now it's a problem. I think right now Xbox's problems is that they went an entire year where there was nothing enticing with the brand. And I've talked about this in 2022, and a lot of people really didn't understand what I was saying when I said that there wasn't anything remotely exciting happening with the Xbox brand. I meant that there wasn't anything big for us to get hyped for. Like, everything else we've been excited about with Xbox has just been the shit that we've known about for 2-3 years now, and the hoping and praying that shit'll get better. Like Halo Infinite went all of 2022 really not doing anything, right? And then shit kept getting delayed, and then now it's like, okay, yeah, you have a new season and some people are coming back, but is everybody coming back? No. You know, like, you can't launch games like Halo Infinite. Like, sure, the core fundamental things about Halo Infinite are great because it's derived from Halo, but the content rollout for Halo Infinite was a disaster. You know, like, Halo Infinite, it's going to be a game that's going to take years to get running. And now with all the structure and regime changes at 343, I hope it's for the best. I think it's for the best, but still, that's a lot of waiting. And that's something the Xbox brand is just known for. Waiting, and they just haven't been able to deliver on the deliverables. It's not like Sony makes people wait for their games. Nintendo made people wait 5 years for Zelda on the Switch. But look what happens when those games come out. Look at the zeitgeist. Just look at it. Like, sure, people say, well, fuck it, a $70 Switch game and don't look that much better, blah, blah, blah. But you know, when that game comes out, it's going to be critically acclaimed and everybody's going to love it. And people are going to be like, fuck, this is worth the wait. Xbox has never had a game where it's like, fuck, this is worth the wait. At best, it's like, oh, this is fun, but. And that's the problem with Xbox. And that's why people aren't interested in the brand. There's nothing exciting happening over here. Like, Xbox right now is just relegated to that console that has Game Pass. And if you want to play games and not spend money, sure. But what about the games? What about the shit that's like, fuck yeah, gaming? Xbox doesn't have any fuck yeah gaming moments. They don't. It's just the promises of what could be in the future. And I hope all that stuff is great. I really, really do. Because I'm fully invested in Xbox again, but just this past year or so has not been great. And I know someone's gonna bring up, well, what about Plague Tale? What about, you know, these other things? Like, guys, so we gotta stop this. We gotta be honest. No one is subbing a Game Pass for Plague Tale. Phenomenal game, but no one is subbing a Game Pass for Plague Tale. No one is subbing a Game Pass for Benedict Fox. Like, no one is subbing for that shit. Like, people are like, let's be real. People are subbing for like the big AAA stuff. And obviously, Game Pass really hasn't been growing crazy because there hasn't been big shit like that. All that stuff in between is great to sprinkle. It is awesome in between big releases. But you got to still have the big releases to push on the marquees, on the marketing stuff and everything. I don't want it to be misconstrued like I'm shitting on those games, but listen, you know what we came here for. But yeah, we'll see what happens in the next year. As always with Xbox, we'll see what happens. Wait for this, wait for that. $5 from Blue Century 19. My Xbox Elite Series 2 broke after a year. A waste of $200, and I still have my PS5 controller for PC. I am burnt out from Xenoverse 2. Well, yeah, you put collectively 4,600 hours in Xenoverse 2. I would hope you're burnt out. Every time I boot up Steam, I just see this man playing Xenoverse. But you know what? You got your money and time's worth, which is what matters. Yeah, so the Elite Series 2... I mean, I've had my Elite Series controller for almost 3 years. I haven't had any issues. Knock on wood, of course. Watch I try to play it, it just fucking dies. But yeah, the durability is a legitimate problem with them, which is why I always say get your, make sure you have warranty on that. And Microsoft's return policy is pretty good for the most part if you do have warranty, and they will replace it and fix it. But make sure you get the warranty, because if not, I've heard horror stories. Have you heard Fallout New Vegas 2 is being worked on? I've heard a lot of rumors about that. And if it's being handled at Obsidian, I don't know how they fucking do it, man. Obsidian is crazy. Like, I feel like Obsidian is going to join the conversation with FromSoft and Insomniac of, like, developers. Like, how the fuck do y'all keep putting out all these games? Because Obsidian, like, what the fuck did they put out? They put out Grounded. They put out Outer Worlds. They put out... they did Wasteland 3, right? They're doing Outer Worlds 2. They did Pentiment, which is a passion project, so it's nothing crazy, but it's still a good game. And then there's rumors that they want to do freaking Fallout New Vegas 2 or do like a tactical Fallout game, like, or like, what the fuck? That's insane. That's fucking insane. Or wait, Wasteland was done by inXile? Okay, inXile. I don't know why I confused the two. You know, because there's just like a lot of bleed over with some of these developers. Like, yeah, I worked on the classic Fallout games. Now I'm at Obsidian. Now I'm at inXile. It's like, ah, fuck. So yeah, Wasteland was inXile. But that's a lot of shit, bro. That's crazy. And they're doing Avowed as well. Obsidian, they're doing Outer Worlds, Avowed, and they're rumored to do New Vegas too. That's insane, dude. That's like a solid 7 years of shit to look forward to. That's crazy, but I'm excited. If they can get all that shit out, bro, that they will definitely be like one of the best bang for your buck purchases that Microsoft has ever made. Let's see. Ryan says, "Hey Neo, watching your gym journey is always cool. What supplements do you recommend? Personally, I use Beyond Raw pre-workout and Rise protein powder and creatine, of course. Great stream, sir. Thank you, my brother." And yeah, so as far as supplements go, I'm very basic when it comes to that stuff, because the thing about the supplement industry is that there's only really a few supplements that will actually benefit you in terms of your gym performance, right? So I use pre-workout, I use protein powder, I use creatine, and those are like the three things that I would always recommend to people. Why? Very simple. Pre-workout, I recommend because a good quality pre-workout will give you clean energy to perform and train in the gym. It'll keep you focused. Now, some people would rather take black coffee, and that's a great alternative. Some people will take caffeine pills. That's cool. Oh, shout out to Emma Bowen for subscribing to the channel. And all that stuff is great, but I like pre-workouts just because I train first thing in the morning and I just like having that extra energy that gets me going, and then boom, I do my workout and I have clean energy throughout the day. Likewise, if you do a 9 to 5, sometimes a lot of people don't feel like training after work. They're already tired. So you have a good pre-workout, you pop that, you have clean energy, boom, power through the workout. Protein powder is great because it's a supplement that supplements food, right? So a lot of people, especially if they're training, they don't get adequate protein throughout the day. And it's hard if you're eating multiple meals throughout the day to consume all that protein. So a protein shake goes down the hatch. Very simple. Get a nice high quality protein powder and boom, you're good to go. Creatine is probably, out of all the supplements, the most researched one, the one that's going to be the most effective for you. Good water retention, good for ATP production, all that stuff. So yeah, those are the 3 that I recommend people. And then you can dabble in some other stuff, like electrolytes are good for the body. You know, BCAAs, that could be beneficial if you have some money to blow. You can start experimenting with like herbs, adaptogenic herbs. So things like ashwagandha, ginseng, rhodiola rosea, like a lot of those different things. But that's definitely more of like the holistic, I guess, side of things. They're not necessarily taken for like gym performance, but there can be carryover in terms of like managing your cortisol stress and all of that stuff. But if we're just talking about pure performance, creatine, pre-workout, protein powder, and just eating a lot of food. That's the thing a lot of people just forget about. Like, your diet is 100% indicative of what you're going to get out of your training. So if you have a good quality, well-rounded diet, protein, carbs, fats, micronutrients, all that good stuff, and you train with intensity and you stay consistent with it at least 3 times a week, you are going to make progress over a couple of years. And it's going to take time because everybody's body is different. Everyone has different goals and what they're doing. But if you stay committed with it and you just make it a non-negotiable, like waking up and brushing your teeth in the morning, and you just work out for an hour and a half a day, then you're good to go. And your body will change. Trust me, your body will change if you adhere to all those things. But you got to want it. You got to want it. You're never on Steam, though. How would you know what I'm playing? Oh, I'd be on Steam. I'd be signing into Steam. I see you, bro. Whenever I boot up my Steam Deck. Do you think Ninja Theory could be Xbox's Naughty Dog? I don't necessarily think that they'll ever be on the level of Naughty Dog. I just need to see more output from them, first and foremost, before I start classifying them as that version. Because a lot of people are saying, well, from a narrative point of view and from visuals, okay, maybe. But there's so much more that goes into Naughty Dog games than just narrative and visuals. You know, there's a lot of stuff, especially with the gameplay aspect and what they were able to pull off with Last of Us Part 2. I don't see Ninja Theory pulling that off with Hellblade. I don't see the combat being like that. At least that intricate. But that's not to discredit Ninja Theory. I still think they can pull off a phenomenal game in its own right. I just don't think they're really like, there's not really a lot of studios between the two of them that we can make comparisons with. I will say probably Obsidian is definitely like Xbox's version of Insomniac in the way that they're able to pump out so many different games in a short amount of time, and they're all different. I think definitely that's a more apt comparison, because once Obsidian starts rolling and we start seeing all that shit, it's going to be insane. Like, mark my words, if all of them Obsidian games slap, Obsidian is going to be a top 3 studio for Xbox. Hey, take it easy, Zach. Have a good one, my brother. Before Last of Us Part 2, they were only graphics and story. No, don't you dare diss Jak and Daxter, my friend. Jak and Daxter was the shit. Yeah, like Hellblade, visually, it looks really good. It looks great, but I kind of want to see more. Like, can we just get like a proper gameplay demonstration of them just showing us what we're actually doing? Like, what we are doing in the game? Like, I saw them walk one way and then walk the other way. Like, that was it, bro. If they don't show that shit at E3 this year, I'd die, bro. Don Otaku, if you don't stop hating on Insomniac. This man is a straight up Insomniac hater. You gotta stop this shit. What's your favorite mythology? It goes back and forth between Greek and Norse mythology. It really does. I like Greek mythology because it's so fucking messy, bro. But at the same time, I feel like Norse mythology has not really been properly explored on a grand scale in media. Like, we've seen things adapt Norse mythology, but like never like the really, really like intricate sides where we see all the different characters and we see the stuff they get up to. It's usually like, oh, here's one pocket of Norse mythology and we'll just do that, you know? But Greek mythology we see everywhere. Mine is the mythology of the Wu-Tang. I like that answer. Oh, $10 coming in from Long Live Kevin Samuels. You've just robbed a bank with Bugs Bunny and Two-Face, but you get apprehended by Invincible. Do you run away with the money for yourself or try to fight him to save your boys? Oh, Invincible? Oh, we definitely beating the crap out of Invincible. If we got Bugs Bunny, that's all we fucking need, bro. You see what Bugs Bunny gets up to, man? Shit, he been making Elmer Fudd his bitch for years, man. So definitely we gonna try to fight him and save the boys. Because you never abandon the boys. You do not do that. Hey, take it easy, Rhino. You said baby watch? Yo, you gotta hit the DMs, man. I need an update. Because I know my nephew, he on his way, but I need to know exactly when. But shout out to you, Rhino. Take care, man. Give my best to the family. What's the next mythology they should use in God of War? If I had to guess, they'll probably go to Egypt. They're probably going to go to Egypt. Because I know they were talking about maybe doing Egypt before they did Norse. So I think they'll probably do Egypt. Would you rather get a credit card with infinite money or infinite knowledge? A credit card with an infinite credit limit and I didn't have to pay it back, or infinite knowledge? I wouldn't want infinite knowledge, because if I had infinite knowledge, I would know literally everything about the world. And there's some shit about the world I don't want to know in this lifetime. Like there's just a lot of shit happening in the world that sometimes ignorance is bliss. And I don't need to know all that shit. And I feel like it'd be very boring if I knew everything and I tried to explain it to people and they didn't understand it. So fuck it, give me the money. Infinite money, don't gotta worry about shit. I can do whatever I want. I can read all the books that I want and expand all of my knowledge in the ways that I want. And I know someone's going to say, well, if you have infinite knowledge, you can know how to make infinite money. Nah, it requires work. I don't want to do that. Give me the money. I'll relax. I'm here. No Sonic Frontiers. Wait, I'm here. No Sonic Frontiers? That kind of rhymes in a weird way. Or are you saying no Sonic Frontier slander? I would not slander that game. Unless Sonic fans are acting up again. Which by all means, we should slander the Sonic fans. Oh, they did Egypt in a comic for God of War? They did? I don't read the supplemental material for that. Yeah, they could do something Japanese, but they're already doing Ghost of Tsushima. I don't think they really want to overlap that, so they'll probably do something different. Sonic fans are always acting up. You know how they be, bro. They got a big W with the movies, and now with Sonic Frontiers being an okay game, they on the top of the world, man. I played a little bit of Tenchu back in the day. You can get so much knowledge with infinite money. Exactly. And if you have infinite money, you could devote your time to doing anything you want because you don't have to worry about 9 to 5. You don't got to worry about rent. You don't got to worry about mortgage and all that shit. So if you're a smart person, you can use that time and dedicate it to do other stuff. And you can use that money to help empower others. And in some ways that can be spreading knowledge. So yeah, give me the credit card. Give me that. Do you think the first Red Dead Redemption game needs a remake in the style of Resident Evil 4 and The Last of Us? Listen, if you would ask me this question about 3 years ago, I would say absolutely. Remake Red Dead Redemption 1 on the Red Dead Redemption 2 engine. But now, just looking at Rockstar's output, number one, it would take 40 years for them to remake that game. And number two, looking at how badly they botched the GTA trilogy remaster, and I know someone's saying, well, that's not Rockstar. They just outsourced it to Grove Street Games. But it does not matter, man. Those are like 3 of the seminal games on the PlayStation 2, iconic titles, and they just fucked that shit up, man. They fucked that shit up. So I have no faith in Rockstar to put out a quality remake of Red Dead Redemption. And you know what the funny thing is, apparently they were working on one, but they shelved it so they could work on GTA 6, which is like, we can have both, Rockstar. But yeah, if you guys have not played Red Dead Redemption, one of the benefits about it being on Xbox backwards compatibility is that if you play it on the Series S and the Series X, you get it at like a beautiful, beautiful resolution. I think the Series S is like 1440p and the Series X is like 4K. It's a beautiful 360 game, man. It's not 60 frames per second, but it's a locked 30, and you know, it's you can fucks with that shit. Have you played Ghost Trick? And if not, are you gonna play the remaster? It's my favorite AA game without being a AA game. No, but I definitely want to check it out. I remember watching the stream and I was like, oh, Ghost Trick. So, and then definitely add that to the list. If you had infinite money, you could take care of the majority of suffering on this planet. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. That's why it's always funny when people say, you know, money doesn't buy happiness. And I'm just like, it sure fixes a lot of things and it can make you happy. Oh man, it's so funny. It's like, yeah, like money. It sounds like money is the root of all evil. No, it's not. The lust and the crazy desire for money can be evil and cause people to do evil things. But money itself makes the world go around, baby. It can definitely make people happy. Yeah, Rockstar is definitely on some. They're definitely on some weird shit when it comes to GTA, man. Like, bro, you can have it all, man. You can release GTA 6 for the next 15 years, and you could give us remasters and maybe a new IP in the mix. Yeah, but I feel like with the money, it's much easier because if you have the knowledge, you can get money, but that would require work. If you have the money, you can just let your money work for you. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? I feel like it's easier that way. Oh, you meant Ace Attorney. I thought you just said AA game, bro. We got to abbreviate those things correctly because things are different. Do you have any interest in PC handhelds? Well, I am the proud owner of a Steam Deck, and I love my Steam Deck to death. It is great. Do I care much for the other PC handhelds in the market? Not necessarily, considering like those things are so fucking expensive. But I do love the idea of more people coming into this space because all this stuff is still really in its infancy, and it's only going to get better from here. And if we have more competitors working on it, what that's going to do is it's going to make the competition a lot healthier, and it's hopefully going to get us to the point where we can sort of drive the price down of these devices. I don't think any one of them are ever going to get to the point of the Steam Deck where, you know, $399 is very, very, very lucrative by comparison to some of these other ones that, sure, they're more capable than the Steam Deck, but they're like double, almost triple the cost of the Steam Deck. And they're not as easy to use by comparison. But yeah, I love this idea because that's the thing about the PC market, because it is so flexible and you can do so many different things on it. You can have all these people come in here and make like a really great product and a device, and it's just all about making sure the user experience is great. That's like the next best step after that. And I think what really helps is the fact that like we don't have a Switch Pro. And part of my reason of loving the Steam Deck is because not only the freedom, but it just runs games better than they do on my Switch. So if I'm going to have a portable device and I want the games to run well, I'll just play them on the Steam Deck by comparison to the Switch. I mean, sure, you know, I might have worse battery by comparison, but if I can run the game at 60 frames and at a better resolution, like I'll take that shit. You know, better controls, more comfortable, and cheaper games too. Definitely. So, yeah, it's fantastic, man. It's fantastic. If I had infinite money, I could buy Legend of Dragoon and pay Atlas to remake it. Think, Neo, think. You could do a lot of things, man. You could do a lot of things. Maybe we could actually fund a Dino Crisis remake. Maybe we could just walk to Capcom and just ask them, why the fuck haven't you done this yet? Like, what are you doing? What exactly are you doing? What mods have you played on the Steam Deck? So I haven't messed with any mods on Steam Deck. My experience on Steam Deck has been extremely vanilla. I've just been playing stuff on the Steam Deck. I've been doing some workarounds, like certain games that aren't verified to work on the Steam Deck. I find a way to make them work on the Steam Deck, and I've been having fun there. You know, I dabbled with like some emulation and things like that, but I haven't like gone too crazy with some of the other stuff people have been doing in the community. Because, you know, like I said, I'm very basic. Like, just let me run my games and I have fun. But again, that's just a testament of having a device like the Steam Deck. You can just do all that cool shit. And the community is just like so open and welcome to that stuff. Will Persona 6 be Unreal Engine 5 and next gen? What? Next gen. Wow. So here's the thing. Persona 6, if I had to guess, it's probably if it were running on an engine, probably Unreal Engine 4, not 5, because unless they switched it to Unreal Engine 5 in development. But it's being worked on right now. I know that much. But whether it's an Unreal 4 or Unreal 5 title, I don't know. I feel like they could switch it to Unreal Engine 5 if they wanted to. Ooh, but it also depends, because if it's Unreal Engine 5, it's got to be a PS5 only game. And knowing Atlas, I wouldn't be surprised if that bitch ends up on PS4. I'd be surprised if it's a PS5 exclusive, like current gen exclusive. I want it to be. But just knowing how a lot of Japanese developers are. Oh, dude, exploit. Bro, I was playing Arkham Origins, because really the only way to properly play Arkham Origins now is on a PC, right? And that thing is on the Steam Deck, and it runs at 60 frames on the Steam Deck. It's just sick, bro. It's so fucking sick. I'm surprised they never properly like gave Arkham City and Arkham Asylum like a 60 FPS patch. Like, dude, come on now. Every single time I see like the return from Arkham on the Xbox for like $3.99 for both games, I want to buy it and play it just for achievements. Just for achievements. But then I'm like, fuck, this is at 30 frames, bro. I can't do this. I'm spoiled, man. Yeah, Emma. Yeah, you can. You would know everything about the universe, all the secrets. But at the same time, sometimes I just don't want to know about the secrets. Like, sometimes I feel like there's some shit that I'm like, that would keep me up at night. And I would never sleep another day in my life if I knew all the deep, dark, dirty secrets of the world. Hey, take care, Retro Lad. Have a good one, bro. Yes, the Steam Deck is sick. It is so sick. Dare I say, it's pretty slick. And it's well worth the purchase, man. I mean, shit. Like, so much you could do with it. Should this deal with Activision Blizzard King close sooner rather than later, Microsoft will be bathing in content/IP for the duration of generation. PS5 will need consistent heavy hitters to deliver. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if they take away all the games and the only thing they have on PlayStation is like Call of Duty for like the next 10 years, then yeah, PlayStation will have to go ahead and work hard to deliver all that stuff and make sure they have like multiple games coming out every year. But honestly, it's one of those things where it's like, not to say that Activision Blizzard is just one publisher, but they are just one publisher. And looking at like the Activision output on PlayStation, like what are the games that Activision puts out on PlayStation besides Call of Duty and besides Diablo that are really like niggas showing up in droves, bro? Besides Call of Duty and besides Diablo, which already are going to be big money makers. You know? Like, I feel like there's other things. But that's the thing, though. I want to see, like, if they do acquire it and Call of Duty is still multi-platform for the next, like, 10 years or so, I don't know. Like, I feel like for most people out there, they're still going to stick with PlayStation. They're not going to go ahead and switch to PC or switch to Xbox, right? Unless Xbox gets the marketing deal and they start doing some other shit. I don't think they're going to do that. I don't. I still think people are going to play Call of Duty on PlayStation like they always have. Unless like the game quality gets like really shitty. Oh, hello, Miss Zelda Moon. How are you doing? Hey, John X is in the chat too. Hey, what's going on, Neo and everyone in the chat? Would you get a PS5 Pro Edition whenever it comes out, or just stick with the current one as is? Honestly, bro, I am in no rush to buy a PlayStation 5 Pro. I know it's probably coming within the next 2 years. I'm gonna keep it a stack though. Like I haven't played a single game on PS5 where I feel like, damn, this shit, this is what I spent $500 for. I've had good experiences with like Ratchet and Clank and just seeing some of the graphics and stuff, but like the best games on the PS5 right now are cross-gen titles. Cross-gen fucking titles, man. The Horizon DLC looked amazing, but I want to see like a full fat next-gen experience that's just like, fuck yeah, bro. So when we start seeing like Spider-Man 2 and we start seeing some of the other stuff they put out with, and if it's not running that great, okay. But the only time I will ever take a PS5 Pro is if the frame rate starts getting compromised. Like, if we start seeing performance modes that are stuck at like 1080p 60 frames. I don't want to play 1080p 60 frames in 2023 and 2024. I want it at least 1440p on consoles. So I will humor the idea of a PS5 Pro if the performance is struggling and the resolution takes a hit to just 1080p. But other than that, I'm okay. Hibachi with a $2 super chat. Bro, did you know Adult Swim now premieres at 7? It does? 7 o'clock? Bro, I come from an era where Adult Swim, when it hit like 10 o'clock, yo, kids out of the pool, Adult Swim starts. Or is it 11 o'clock, man? That is crazy. 7 o'clock? Wow. I bought a Steam Deck for my little brother's 10th birthday on the 1st of May. Why do I feel excited? Oh, because you about to give him a fucking Steam Deck. That's why. PlayStation 5 ever. What improvements would you make to Xbox? Ooh. Yes, I think that'll definitely be a topic we talk about on Thursday night show as well. We're just going to make that the Xbox show. But yeah, as far as improvements are concerned with Xbox, one thing I will do is I don't want to be mean, but I'm a fire the entire marketing department. I'm a fire whoever I need to fire. Y'all got to learn how to set the expectations, right? Because why does it feel like with Xbox, every single time they do something stupid, and then people are just like, what the fuck? And they're like, okay, we'll get it right next time. Y'all have been working in gaming for too long to be making these weird mistakes, bro. Like, the whole Redfall kerfuffle, y'all marketing this game at 60 frames per second, and then all of a sudden you just drop a tweet 3 weeks before the game comes out, like, yeah, it's going to be 30 frames. Like, whoa. How obtuse do you got to be at the marketing departments at Bethesda and Microsoft where you just didn't think to yourself, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, he said, damn, not the whole department. Or at least I have a refresher course. At least I would have a refresher course on how to navigate certain things. I would definitely, like, first things first, I need to get some quality control down. I need some quality control at Team Xbox because how in the world do you have a gaming division backed by $1 trillion corporation that put out Halo Infinite? I'm sorry. That is not acceptable. That is not acceptable for a 20-year brand. A 20-year brand, and this is the best you could put out? Why are we treating 343 like an indie studio? Why? That makes no sense to me. So, that situation happening. I would make sure that every single studio and team, I would assemble a team just to make sure that they can oversee all the productions across all the studios, and that's their whole purpose, right? So it's not just one person that has to go and visit all the studios. No, we got a whole team to make sure this shit is running according to par, like running up. Everything is up to snuff. Everything is up to code. Okay. I would make sure that we are effectively marketing our product. We are marketing our product to people. We are getting extensive with our marketing. We are putting that shit everywhere. We are preaching the gospel of Game Pass more than just Twitter. We are getting people excited. Now, whenever these games come out, whenever they do, I don't care, Phil Spencer, he the homie, but stop the kumbaya. Stop the kumbaya. When we all game, we all win. Stop that shit. Be cutthroat. Be cutthroat. Cut them deals. Cut them deals to put shit on Game Pass. Make the box enticing. PlayStation's doing it. Nintendo's doing it. Like, you're the only person not doing it, and you think that, okay, well, this is great. We're not going to do it, so that'll make us better. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I'm sorry. Cut them fucking... K-Med, my brother. Thank you. He comes in here. K-Med, he knows this shit. Cut them fucking deals. I don't care what you gotta do. Make people want to buy an Xbox, or at least game on Xbox. Take a big third-party AAA release, put that bitch on Game Pass. I'm not talking about no Outriders or MLB The Show. I'm talking about something crazy. Something you're like, damn, what the fuck, that actually sways somebody over to Xbox. I would do that. Oh, what's up, Nate? How you doing, bro? I would do that. In between all that stuff, I would start cultivating relationships with all these dev teams around the world, especially for studios where Xbox is just not their priority, publishers where Xbox is not on their radar. I'm talking about a lot of the publishers in Japan. I'm talking about Square Enix, right? Go up to them and be like, hey, listen, we know our relationship has been rocky for whatever reason, whether you just don't like Xbox or just the games don't sell on Xbox. What can we do? Get there and do the groundwork. Do what you got to do. Man, if that means If that means you got to go up to Atlas and work out some deal with Persona 6, I don't care. Fucking do it. Show people that you mean business. If that means you're doing a Lost Odyssey remake, show people that you mean business, bro. If that means that you are funding the next game from, I don't know if Sakaguchi ever wants to work on another game, fuck it. Do it, bro. That's what they're doing with Kojima, and that's great and everything, but I need more of that shit, bro. I need more of that. I need more of that stuff. And that way you don't got to buy publishers. You don't got to buy studios. You don't got to do anything like acquisition this, acquisition. No. You cultivate the relationship. You get buddy-buddy with people. You do all those things. And you start repairing the damage of the brand. You start getting people back in your good graces. You start putting out the games where people are like, fuck, I got to check that out. And sure, that might mean spending a lot of money. But sometimes in business, you got to spend money to make money, especially if it can reap you rewards year over year. And if it means getting like the smaller niche stuff on your platform too, and then the bigger stuff as well, like you got to do that shit. And I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other things that you guys can bring up, as, you know, we have a lot of international viewers from different countries and different territories where Xbox is just, they don't even provide language options or support there, or they're increasing the price of the stuff there, or whatever you got to do, right? There are more markets to Xbox than just America, just the UK, just Australia. Like, there's way more to that shit, bro. There's way more to that stuff. Like, a ton of countries out there. So, yeah, honestly, like, my best approach would be just be a better company. That's it. Like, that's it. That's really it. And I don't think I'm asking for much here, people. I don't think I'm asking for much. Bloodborne 2 only on Xbox. Oh my god. Yeah. Imagine if that were to ever happen. Like, fuck it. Like, Sony's not doing a Bloodborne. We'll do it ourselves. And bring back the indie games. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Xbox used to be so big on indies. Like, with the 360, like, they were like the platform for all the indie games. And now it's just, I mean, they're sort of there with Game Pass, but then really not. Like, there's even some stuff that skips Xbox. Like, they just gotta do better, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know. You would think that with this company, it has so much money, and now they have the backing of Satya Nadella, they'd be doing some shit, but we'll see. No, so exactly, that MLB The Show going on Game Pass thing was a pretty savage deal. Obviously, it didn't involve PlayStation because it was more the MLB contract, but still, shit like that you need to do. Shit like that you need to do, bro. Like, I need to see more of that shit. I don't care if it's not fair. Like, nothing in life is fair, bro. Yeah, stuff like Hi-Fi Rush is cool. That's great. But I need more than that. I need more, man. Honestly, I think Starfield being Xbox only would be a system seller. No PC, maybe a year after launch, but on launch, just Xbox. That would have been crazy. That definitely would have been sick. But realistically, I think major money is going to come from Starfield being on PC, specifically being on Steam. I think that regardless is going to be a juggernaut, and it's going to earn them a lot of money. So I don't necessarily think making stuff exclusive would fix some things for the box, but the problem is they're not making the box enticing for console gamers, because PC gamers, they're gonna buy that shit regardless. But if you want to make the console enticing, it's like, why do some PC gamers only have a PS5? Sure, it could be for exclusives, sure. But for some PC gamers, they're like, every now and then I just want something convenient to turn on where I don't have to troubleshoot. You know, like, Xbox could be that console for some people, or at least make it more enticing for the people who only game on console, you know? Like, when you find out Redfall is 30 frames, but people on PC got 60 frames, 120 frames, Xbox gamers got to wait like weeks, maybe months. Like, man, that's just not a good look. Xbox console gamers feel more like second-class citizens than the PC gamers, man. Hey, I appreciate that, Dark Prince. Thank you, my brother. If you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure you hit that like button. Helps out the channel tremendously. We have 69 viewers. Nice. Will Starfield sell Xbox consoles? I think if the game is great, absolutely it will. It will absolutely push units. It will absolutely get people to check out the game. Because, you know, like those Bethesda games, like the RPGs, they sell. They definitely sell. Now, whether or not it's going to be like 11 million units, you know, at launch or something crazy, I don't know. But it's definitely going to move numbers if it's a great game. It'll sell 1 million Series S consoles, which still counts, I guess. I want to see how that game runs on the Series S, honestly. Because if the way Todd Howard was talking about, you know, 30 frames and his love letter for 30 frames, I'm like, oh boy, you know where this is going. Are you excited for Jedi Survivor? I'm pre-downloading it on my Series S right now. It's 78 gigs. Oof, oof, oof. Isn't it like 160 gigs on the other consoles? Jesus. Yeah, I'm excited for it, man. I can't wait. I'm not really gonna have time to play it Friday because, you know, I work weekends. But definitely, like when I got off work Sunday, ooh, Sunday and Monday, definitely gonna be in that shit, bro. Knowing Bethesda, it'll probably have bugs and glitches and shit. I wouldn't be surprised if Starfield is the most competently, like, well put together Bethesda RPG, because they've delayed it so many times. It can't suck. If there is ever a game that they need shit to get right on, it's Starfield. And it is going to have bugs. No questions asked. But the less bugs, the better. Daniel Pack says, I still can't comprehend how releasing Starfield on Game Pass day one will benefit Xbox. Maybe my head is too small for this kind of thing. Oh, this is like an 8D chess move, Daniel Pack. Because this is Xbox's whole approach. Their whole approach is this. They don't want to sell you $70 games one time. They want you to pay 15 to 20 bucks a month repeatedly, and hoping that because you're subscribed to the service, the money you're not spending on games, you'll spend on other shit like DLC and all that stuff. Basically, to adopt you into the ecosystem. So they're looking at it like this. They're looking at it as, okay, if we can get somebody to spend, like, let's just say Game Pass goes to 20 a month. If we can get someone to spend 20 a month, that means we get $240 out of that person. Now, if that person bought a couple of games a year, sure, we'd make more from that, but are they going to spend the money on DLC? No. It's easier to sell someone something for 20 a month versus $70 a month. Like one game here, one game there, blah, blah, blah. And their thought process is, if we can get, like, let's say, for example, 50 million people to subscribe to our service, and they all pay $240 a year, that means that we're getting a shit ton of money a month. I mean, a year. And, you know, maybe it'll work for them. Something on this scale has never been done in the gaming industry, and you could only really do it with the backing of a $1 trillion corporation. But at the end of the day, I just want the games to be good. And if the games are good, despite it being on a subscription service, then by all means, yeah, I'll worry about all the accountants and let them do their number crunching to figure out whether or not this shit is viable or sustainable. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Naruto ST, good to see you, bro. One question. Where was Valkyrie at the beginning of Avengers Infinity War when Thor and Hulk were getting manhandled by Thanos? She just popped up out of nowhere in Endgame. I have no idea, bro, because she was on that ship. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe some people got away, because Thanos slayed half the people on the ship. I wonder how does he count how many people he slays? Does he just round everybody up and he's like, okay, there's 78 of y'all. All right. Let's go from there. But yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised if they were just like, oh, well, she probably escaped on an escape pod or something, which doesn't seem like a Valkyrie thing to do. But then again, I don't know, maybe it was just such a dire situation. It was just like, go, go, go. We'll hold them off. Yeah, Daniel Pack, but remember, we don't get paid to worry about those decisions, bro. I just want the games to be good. Thanos should have doubled the resources. I mean, honestly, with those Infinity Stones, you could have done that, but I think his thought process, if I'm getting into the mind of a maniac, his thought process is that if he doubled those resources, eventually there would come a point where the resources would run out. And if those resources run out, we're just back in the same situation. So his idea was, all right, let me wipe out half of it because it's going to take way longer to repopulate if half of it are here versus if you have double the resources, which will be gone like that. Oh my god, I'm really getting into the mind of Thanos right now. Yeah, there's definitely better TV shows than there are movies on subscription services. Which is why movies, they need the theatrical format. Like, streaming can't support that shit. And gaming wise, like I said, we'll just have to see. I don't care regardless because I get them games. But if the quality goes trash, I'd be like, nah, take that shit off the service. But yeah, as far as like Xbox and the subscription service model, the only way that this is gonna work is if all the games are bangers and we get big releases. That's why they're buying publishers, because they want big releases on Game Pass every quarter. So they want at least like 4 hot ticket items every year, and then sprinkled in between you'll have like the smaller stuff like a Crash Bandicoot or a Spyro, or you know, like a passion project from id or whatever, which could work, but we'll see. Yeah, no, they're definitely, Game Pass is getting a price increase. Like there's no way in the world. Like I would not be surprised. It's gonna be small increments. It'll go from like, what is it now, like $15 a month? It'll jump to like 17, and then from 17 it'll be 19, and it'll stabilize for a while, and then they'll go from there. But I don't see them getting any higher than 25 ever, because at that point, 25 a month, you're spending almost like close to 1,000 a year. If you spend 25 a month times 12, wait, no, my math is fucking wrong. If you're spending $25 a month, you're spending $300 a year on just Game Pass, and that's not counting all the other stuff that you probably are going to buy on the service. Versus if you just maybe buy a couple of games full price a year, and then you get everything else on discount, you know? But it has to be done very slow, and they can't introduce price increases until they put out the strings of quality and success. Like, they need that stuff. You can't do they cannot do a price increase now. Fuck no, they cannot. They're going to lose subscribers because there's nothing there. You have to build value in the service. And the problem with Netflix is that they're doing a price increase and they're not building value in their service. They'll put out a good show like Beef, but then they'll cancel a whole bunch of other shit, and they'll put out a whole bunch of other mid shit. Price increase coming for non-legendary dog shit. Oh boy, here he goes. Bond is the type to pay like $600 for a new Legend of Heroes game. That's the Bond way. Imagine Xbox goes subscription only and doesn't allow individual game purchases. Do you think that's a possibility? They're dead in the water if they do that. If everything is only purchasable on a subscription, like you have to be sub to the service to access it, that's the death of gaming. Because then what happens if you're not subbed, or if there's a licensing problem? You don't own the game anymore, and you can't even buy it legally. So it becomes like a worse version of Netflix. So I don't think that would ever happen. Hey Neo, why is Microsoft not investing in Japanese developers and games? It's like not even trying to gain relevance in the market. And then Zelda Moon says probably because Sony owns Japan. Just kidding. Zelda Moon, don't say that, because someone's gonna take what you're saying as the truth and they'll be like, you fucking fanboy. Like, you know how these people go. I don't think they're investing in Japan, mainly because like they're an American company who has not had a vested interest in the Japanese market since 2008. And ever since then, it was just a case of, well, Xbox is not selling in Japan, so why do we keep doing it? Let's just not do it. And what happens is you go 2 generations without catering to the Japanese market, and you wonder why you don't have sales. Now, I'm not saying the Japanese market can account for a lot of stuff. You know, they're very loyal to their own products, especially when a foreign company comes in. But that same mindset is why Xbox doesn't really have a big presence in Europe like they used to, or the UK. So it's just one of those things where Xbox just doesn't do the due diligence and the groundwork to make shit possible. And that comes from, you know, taking the time to listen to the developers and the publishers and what they look forward to, and, you know, spending some money to get the games on the platform and help cultivate those relationships and build bonds and all that stuff. I knew Bond would pop up Candyman for Xbox. Oh, God. Hey Neo, do you collect manga? If so, what's your favorite series? So I don't really collect manga as much as I used to. I am getting back into it, you know, collecting the Berserk omnibuses and, you know, just like collecting a lot of the stuff from my formative years like Dragon Ball, Fullmetal Alchemist, things like that. Um favorite series. I mean, everyone knows like my favorite series is Yu Yu Hakusho, you know that. Yu Yu Hakusho is really good. 20th Century Boys is great. There's a lot of fucking manga. We would sit here all day. Manga is awesome, and it's so easy to read manga. It just goes by very quickly. Oh shit! I just looked at the time, you guys. It is coming up on 9:56, which means we have been streaming for 2.5 hours, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what that means. It is that time. It is that time for us to bid adieu, but not for long, my friends. Not for long, because, and for those of you guys who are just joining us, or if you've been rocking with us for the entire stream, sorry if this sounds redundant, but this Thursday night we will be back with another show, a different show. Danapex is 100 likes first, gang. Yeah, if you guys haven't hit the like button already, make sure you hit the like button. Helps out the channel tremendously. And if you don't want to visit from the Penguin Enforcer that is Danapack, then make sure you do that. But for those who are unaware, so starting this Thursday, we are going ahead and we are starting a brand new show for the channel. Basically from user feedback. It's something that I know a lot of you guys have wanted me to do for a while. When it comes down to like us talking about the topics on Ask Neo, it's a lot of fun, but a lot of people want like a show that's just very structured about those topics. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I might as well do that. So starting this Thursday, we're going to be having a show that is just all about the topics of the news that's happening in like the gaming world, the anime world, the manga world, like all types of entertainment, shit like that. Talking about like what we're reading, what we're playing, like, you know, like all the cool kids and all the shows that they have. And it's going to be a structured show with timestamps, and, you know, it's not going to be as chill as Ask Neo, but it's going to be that show that people want to watch if they just want to hear my thoughts on the topics without scrubbing through a 3-hour stream of us having fun, which they should still do, mind you, because we always have a lot of fun here. So yeah, that show is happening this Thursday night. We're going to be doing that probably at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think that's a good time. The show won't be nearly as long as Ask Neo because it's going to be a solo commentary show, so it'll probably only go for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half if we open it up to like user questions, or if there's like a user submitted topic, which we might do. I'm experimenting with different formats, like especially for slower weeks in the news. Maybe I'll have somebody who's like subscribed to the membership. They could submit their video questions or an audio question asking me about something, and we can have that be a topic. You know, I'm just going ahead and I'm just working out all the logistics. So it's going to be something that is going to be evolving over time, but I do want to start that this Thursday evening. Probably going to go live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, you know, it's going to be an interesting change for the channel, but like I said, it's cool that we still have Ask Neo here and we can have our fun time. And then that show will just be the one that's just like, okay, here we can talk about all the new stuff, and you'll expect more uploads on the channel, because essentially what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clip those videos and just upload them as standalone. So if, like, let's say I'm having a video talking, like if there's a user submitted topic where someone says like, oh, well, how do you change Xbox? And then I'll have a video that'll go up on the channel that's from that stream. So if people want to watch it, they can watch it and that'll be their content. Or if they want to see more of the stream, they can always just go back to the actual stream and they could see everything else that we went through and we discussed. But yeah, you guys, there is something else that we do have to do before we wrap up the show for tonight. We got to have ourselves a hydration check. And for those wondering, hydration checks will stay exclusive to Ask Neo. They're not going on any other stream, but we got to have ourselves a hydration check. Now, what is a hydration check, you might ask? Well, I'm glad you did. A hydration check is my way of keeping you guys accountable, making sure that you drink your water, stay hydrated, because when you stay hydrated, you feel better, you hopefully look better. Does G Fuel count? Well, sure. Fuck it. If that's all you got right now, I'm sure there is some form of water in there, maybe. But there's a lot of people out there who are just like, vodka all the way, bro. Tequila all the way, bro. And I'm like, hey, listen, if you want to start out your night like that, go right ahead, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, grab your favorite H2O beverage of choice. Unfortunately, I only have this amount of water right now from my green juice that I finished. And I would normally go downstairs and get more water, but your boy is tired and your boy is hungry. Tired and hungry. I need to do that. So yeah, on the count of 3, ladies and gentlemen, grab your favorite H2O beverage of choice, and we're going to have ourselves a hydration check. 1, 2, 3, hydration. Oh, man. I am so hydrated, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. But y'all saw me drink this throughout the course of the stream. Anyway, you guys, he said fake water confirmed. It is not fake. It's real to me. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you guys so much as always for coming through the Ask Neo stream. We experimented with this one starting at 7:30 p.m. and I'm just looking at the analytics, and the analytics were really high for this one. We had a lot greater viewer retention. We had a lot more people coming through. So it looks like starting it at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time might be the move going forward. So yeah, we'll definitely look into that going forward. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. Helps out the channel tremendously. And yeah, from me to you for now, my name is NGS signing out. And like always, ladies and gentlemen, I will catch you guys later. Peace out, y'all. Have a good one.